It's September 26th, 2025. I am at Joel Pearl, thejoelpearl.com on Blue Sky, and it's time to get in the weeds. A fabulous Friday, sunny in the city of Toronto, so you know it's going to be a good day. Going into a not as busy weekend, baby. Feels good. It's only C-level shows. Well, you know what? I lied. Number 2 has a show tonight. So soon to be number 2. But here's my number 2. You're not number 2. You're like my number 1, like number 1A. Jeremy Lambert's here. It's time. How you doing, pal?
Well, I mean, it was a C show last week, so we'll see if the shows are better this week. There's still 2 shows. There's one tonight. There's one tomorrow. They should just all stop, honestly.
They should.
Yeah.
It's time for the off season.
Yeah.
Stop running shows. Wrestlers, stop it. Take the time off. Go sit in an ice bath. Hibernate. Enjoy the weather. Worry about how you can be on the PWI 500 next year. Take time off. Anyway. We got a show. It's Friday. There's not too much going on other than those particular shows coming through the pipeline. And you know what? When you got a good show, you just give them another. The Matt Man is here.
I'm here, but I'm not live today. I have no show today.
I mean, you're live here.
I'm live here because my entire very expensive audio system stopped working.
Oh.
Wow.
So, well, you know what always works?
What works?
Those eyebrows. Always working.
Thank you.
How you been? How you doing?
I'm exhausted.
Yeah.
Life is exhausting.
Fair.
I told Joel my plan this morning. I was ranting at him at 7:30 in the morning, telling him how I'm about to sell everything and just move to the middle of nowhere.
This is accurate. He's not doing a bit. These were conversations.
Not doing a bit. Yeah.
There were plenty of conversations. Listen, when you got to get your kids ready for the day, you're up and you're at it, and you've had no sleep, and you just want to go and commute to the mountains. I get it. I couldn't do it though. I like a busy city. I don't know if I could do your busy city.
Dude, I'm in Midtown every day. Every day. You know what's exhausting? I think the UN needs to leave this place. Okay? I'm just saying. I think where they should put the UN? In the middle of the Midwest. Just slap the UN right there.
A big building in Ohio. That's not the Midwest, but just a big building in Ohio.
Give me anywhere except for here. You want to know about hell? UN week.
What about Model UN week?
Model UN week? No UN. I want nothing. I just want the streets empty. I want to go back to the COVID era. I want nobody to be able to travel. I want to be able to go to Manhattan in about 20 minutes and back home.
I get it. I truly
I'm actually
do.
for this.
Thank you. The cities would be beautiful. It'd be so much easier. Just let everybody stay at home. No more work. We'll figure it out.
Well, can we finally go into that socialist mentality that so many of us have been waiting to begin?
And what is that?
Everyone just stays at home and money means nothing. We're all just sharing the goods for the betterment of society.
Yeah. No, I want all the goods for me. I don't want to share.
Right. That's right.
Who do you think I am? I want it all for me.
Sorry. You look like the other guy they're talking about.
Yeah, that's not me, dude. We don't all look the same.
What, you're not about to do a podcast with Bernie Sanders? What is wrong?
Yeah, I'm not doing a podcast with Bernie. I would love to do a podcast with Bernie.
He would be hilarious.
Can you imagine me and Bernie in a room? I'm a total capitalist and he's not.
You know the US is the richest country in the world?
Did you know that it's the richest country in the world?
Do you feel like the richest person in the world? I don't. I love the way he speaks. Just old Jewish man at my breakfast table.
That's a cadence I've heard my entire life from all my friends' uncles and fathers. So it's so comforting to me hearing this cadence, the halibut.
This herring is too pickly.
I'll have the halibut. By the way, Shana Tova to you, Joel. It was your holiday. Next week, too. It's a big one.
You know what? I meant to say something on Monday, and I apologize to our Jewish pals that I didn't. Shana Tova, Happy New Year! It is the Jewish New Year did begin Monday night. It was just a crazy few days, and we had our victory lap show on Monday. Why did I forget on Wednesday? We were already in the thick of it, so it didn't matter. But now it does. Yom Kippur does fall next week, I believe Monday, Tuesday, or Tuesday, Wednesday. But yes, an easy fast to those who will be observing. I appreciate you reminding me, because it is important that our friends know that the Jews are celebrating at a time of year when they might not want to.
Listen, I'm a good non-Jewish boy. I know all the holidays.
That's true. Bernie taught you well.
Bernie taught me well. Yeah.
You want to come to my place and have some matzo ball soup.
Yeah. Ariel Greenberg's father taught me all the holidays.
Good. That's how you know you're in the right place.
You know, it's funny. Somebody else made that Mandani joke to me, and I yelled as loud as I could. I'm like, we don't all look the same. And they took it so seriously where they just started apologizing. It's like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I made a joke. And at that moment I had to decide, like, do I continue doing a bit and show that I'm very offended by this obvious racist and small-minded comment? Or do I just not torture this human being? So I decided not to torture them.
Should have gone for it.
Should have gone for it.
I really should have.
Yeah.
The moment I saw him win that primary, you remember I sent you the photo.
Yep.
Congratulations on your baby.
Yep. Yeah. I know this is not a political show, but there's, I mean, I'll tell you off the air. Somebody's camp reached out to me.
That doesn't sound good.
It's the perfect place to do it because ain't nobody paying attention from that world.
Yeah, that doesn't sound good.
Yeah.
Are you gonna get canceled like Kimmel?
You know, it's fine.
He's back. He's back. I have said far worse things in my broadcasting career, and I don't care for myself. What are you gonna do? Cancel me? You know, nothing. You know, it's a crazy time, and I the last couple of weeks, regardless, forget about the political stuff, but the climate of online discourse is really, it's something, and I don't know the answer to fix it. I don't think there is.
Get off.
Well, you know what my answer is? I have a great answer, and people don't like it, and it's this experiment that everybody has a voice to be instantly heard and to be responded to and to comment on. That experiment does not work. It doesn't work on a global scale at all. It doesn't work on a countrywide scale. You know what it works in? In a small community scale.
I don't even.
Hey, I lost my puppy. Did anybody see him?
No,
Did someone do something about the pothole? That's what internet discourse should be.
No, because then
that's Facebook.
Yeah, that's Facebook.
Yeah, that's communities on Facebook.
Yeah, that's all. That's it.
Be.
When I become mayor, that's all we're doing. I'm removing everybody's political talk. Nobody can talk politics anymore. It's over. I'm sorry. You guys had it and you ruined it. We all found out that nobody could talk nicely to each other.
Fair.
Pandemic really, nailed that coffin.
Yeah. Dude, even wrestling. Like I don't want to go into what happened 2 weeks ago, but even with wrestling, right? Even with wrestling.
So what happened 2 weeks ago? You don't have to bring it all up, but
yeah,
a lot happens in 2 weeks around here.
The Charlie Kirk assassination, right?
Oh,
2 weeks ago.
You said wrestling and then went there.
No. I'm going to tie it to wrestling. Okay. I have gotten death threats. Sean has gotten death threats. Dave Meltzer gets death threats over fucking professional wrestling. It is a minor, tiny. It's not even. I tell people this and they look at me like I'm crazy and they ask me, why do you keep doing this? These obviously people on the internet are not normal. I'm like, oh, because I'm not normal and I want to talk about wrestling. But it's gotten to the point that it's so gross. And again, I'm not going into anybody's politics. I don't want to go into that argument. I don't want to go into listen, some things I keep to myself. I don't say it because some people may not like what I say. But when I'm talking about professional wrestling and I'm talking about Mercedes Moné getting signed to AEW, and somebody is sending me my address and threatening to murder me and my kids and my family, that just shows you that we have a bigger problem than who's in office. There's a deep down fundamental problem happening here on the internet. and it's spilling into real life. You know, Joel, Jeremy, you guys are old enough. I mean, I'm a little older, but not by much. We grew up in the time where the internet was still not real. What happens on the internet is not real. You say what you say. You know, people have crazy username, but it doesn't reflect society. Now it is society. It's totally reflecting society.
Part of it is like we spent 3 years inside doing nothing.
You think that? I mean, I do think for a certain amount of people that this is what happened. I also think that we have somehow allowed, and I'm a free speech advocate 100% through and through. Like, you know, I could have an argument with someone, and I don't even like defending my point of view, but I think it's a slippery slope and you need free speech. But what we have right now has hit a new level of insanity.
Yeah. Just to clean up what I was saying, it wasn't the catalyst, it was the accelerant.
The accelerant, yes. I would 100% agree with you. It was 100% an accelerant to this. But even in professional wrestling, I mean, you know, I followed a little bit of the Gail Kim situation happening, right? And it could be chalked up as miscommunication and misunderstanding of the scenario. But I mean, the comments that this woman has gotten on the internet over the last week, nonstop, over professional wrestling, over an opinion on wrestling. Who cares?
I'm also a firm believer in just let it go.
And me too.
And this isn't on anyone who does, but like, if it's 3 days, it's 3 days too many. If you have to take a break, if you have to take a break and celebrate somebody's birthday in your family, that should be the end of it. You don't need to come back.
Yeah, it's over. It's over. Yeah.
It's it. It's just like, happy birthday. This conversation is over, and it all blows over. But that's the thing. Like if you're trying to keep relevant in this conversation, I don't know why you would in this case. You could just not. It can easily just be I'm done, and it'll blow over, and the next thing will take over, and someone else will be the main character within the hour.
Yeah. Listen, you know, I'll give you an example. Like Joel and I speak. Jeremy and I speak all the time too. But Joel kind of has an idea of how I think, right?
Unfortunately,
Joel and I have had many conversations. Always civil. We agree on so many things. There's things that we could disagree on. We could have a conversation. I will never go on the internet and discuss anything that is fundamentally political, because there is no way I could defend myself or my point of view, or have the time, or even want to publicly in that manner. It's crazy to even try. It's not one of those things that you could have a conversation with people online. It's just, we've learned that we can't have that. And again, tying this back to professional wrestling, because I don't want to go political, what I've seen over the last year, 2 years, I mean, even 2-3 years of me covering this stuff to the level that I've been doing it, it's turned me off so much that I feel terrible for people like Dave and John Alba and obviously Sean and you guys too. Jeremy, you post stuff all the time. You're posting news with no opinion.
Yeah, I ignore all the replies to all that stuff. I've very rarely send out an opinion tweet at this point. Like, most of my stuff is just jokes, and then people still take that serious, but it's mainly just jokes because you can't defend your opinion on this. People are going to take it the wrong way, and then you're into a whole thing. And I'm like, if you really want to know my true opinions, watch this show, God forbid. But otherwise I'm tweeting jokes and stuff. And it's because a big reason is because, like, I don't want people to come after me the way they come after you, Sean, Dave, Alba, all these other people. Like, I do not have time. There's a reason I don't have my profile picture with my wife anymore. I'm like, I don't need her getting messages from weirdos and everything. Like, I don't need any of that. I don't want to bring any of that to my online space. So let me get my joke off and then go away from everything. So I'm with you. Like, that's why I rarely tweet anything that is not, again, joke wrestling opinion or sports opinions. And even then, sports opinions will get you in trouble. But my pull in sports is so small that I'm not too concerned about it.
I'm just concerned about the New York Mets right now.
They're battling the I follow the Reds. It's the
Oh yeah, yeah. Oh
Yeah.
yeah, that's your team. Yeah,
I mean,
we hate each other right now. It's okay though. I love you.
well, I love you as well. Like the thing, and people know, like baseball is like my tier 4 sport, and it's very very low. It's like hockey, basketball, football, baseball is like way down.
Oh no,
in yours.
baseball's S on my tier scale.
Yeah.
It's baseball. Even shocked people are gonna be shocked. It comes before pro wrestling for me.
fair.
Baseball.
It's not a shock at all.
Yeah,
that we're
I'd much
speaking
rather
about this
watch
show.
basketball and hockey than pro wrestling.
Like I love professional wrestling. I'm probably like historian wise, and it's one aspect. Like I became like the news and guy. I became like the scoops guy. But like really, my that's not even my specialty. It's more like the history of wrestling that I like. But baseball, like it's something I mean, I used to go with my friend's dad and his grandfather when I learned how to take score like as like 7 years old, So like it's in me, like being a Mets fan and being a loser my entire life has really molded me.
So like with the Mets and the Reds battle, like I keep up with it. I see the Red scores and the Mets scores and everything. Like I'm more like I want the Reds to do well because it'd be fun to watch, but like because like Sean and Rick and my friend Steve and my friend T-Berg, like I want them to be happier and to have something to support when it comes to baseball more than like, oh, I really want the Reds to make it, and I'm gonna be so sad if the Reds don't make it. Like if the Mets make it, I'll be happy for you. I'll be like, oh, good,
Yeah,
Zarian
thank you.
is
Thank
happy
you.
more than I'm like, oh, I hate the Mets and I'm so disappointed that the Reds didn't make it because like I'm gonna watch the baseball playoffs anyway because I like watching playoff baseball, but I don't have my rooting interest is so low that like
Yeah,
let's
you can
say
enjoy the sport without the team.
yeah, and let's say the Reds like somehow win the World Series or anything. Like people congratulated me when the Thunder won. Like I got messages when the Thunder won. I have this is from the GOAT, by the way. He sent me a nice Thunder championship cup. Like people congratulated me when the Thunder won and the Avs won and stuff. Nobody's sending me a message when the Reds win. I'm like, hey, cool, the Reds won. Like I'll send Sean and Rick and Todd and Steve messages like the Reds, let's go. Like we kind of did it. You guys are way more supportive than I am. So if the Mets win, I will send you a message, Zarian. But I'd rather my friends be happy when it comes to baseball than my own happiness because I don't have enough care when it comes to baseball.
Listen, I'm a metrosexual, so it's my preference. I can't do anything about it. But baseball. You know what my least interest sport is? Football.
Me too. Oh my god.
And I'm going to the Giants game on Sunday.
The Giants Jackson Dart first start. Let's go.
Yeah. So it should be a good. I mean, I follow it, but I have to follow it. Like based on what I do, I have to follow everything. It's my least like sport, and then people think it's nuts.
I mean,
Baseball. It's baseball, baseball, hockey, basketball, hockey, kind of tied, and then football.
That's hockey on top for me, and then baseball.
Synchronized swimming is number 2, though.
Hey, don't knock it, man. They are crazy. The good ones, man.
My wife was almost like a Division 1, I guess Division 1 synchronized swimmer.
You get it. You see it.
Yeah.
You got to do all the movements in order and in perfect, synchronicity. It's tough, man, and you got to do it underwater. Try doing that where you're depriving yourself of oxygen.
Sounds like fun. I could get a little buzz from it.
You know what needs to become like year round and just always on television though? I need curling back in my life.
Curling.
Wow.
I love curling.
You sure you're Canadian?
I love curling, man. Like when the Winter Olympics comes on, hockey's like the big thing, but like curling is the one other thing like I'll really go out of my way to watch. Like when curling's on, they did a documentary when the US team won the gold medal in curling, and like I watched that. I watched the year before or 4 years before when they were, had the disappointment and then they came back and they won gold and everything. I love curling. Curling's so fun.
Dude, even the Canadians are on you for this. Curling? Are you drunk?
What? Y'all don't like curling?
So and I don't really care for it. So whenever I go to like an indie show and they're sweeping up the ring after a match, 99% of the time I will scream, "Hooray! Hooray hard!" And they did it at Mystery this past weekend, and I was laughing because I didn't say it. I was just thinking it because I'm like, I'm working here. I don't want to be that guy. And then I heard it and I was like, perfect. Just perfect.
Y'all have some haters not liking curling. Come on now.
No, don't get me wrong. I respect the game. Like, I respect it.
Bocce. I'm into bocce.
Yeah, like there are
Okay.
things you play and there are things you watch, which I guess people can make the argument baseball is one of those things. It's much more fun to play than to watch. To me, baseball is much more social as an activity.
It is much more social, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But my kids get such great treatment at that place because we have in our family we have season tickets for like 42 years. So my kids get like access to the entire park, you know, like they've been on the field. Pete Alonso gave my daughter an autographed ball like 3 weeks ago. Ronnie Darling gave my boy an autograph. I mean, they get a very different experience again, and that's why I do everything I do especially with wrestling. Like I used to go to the Garden as a kid, and I used to sit in nosebleeds. My kids are now in a suite with Mike Johnson. You can't ask for better than that.
Well,
dude, it was great. It was I think it was XXL magazine.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It was like XXL magazine was in a suite, and it was like a bunch of rappers that I could not recognize, but like known people. Mike Johnson, me, and my family. And my son is schmoozing with everybody. He goes over to some guy. He's like, hey, can you give me a hot dog? He gives him a hot dog. Who knows who this guy was? You know, somebody.
That was the head of the label.
He was
closest to the hot dogs, Dad. Listen, at the
my
end
kids
God
it's
bless
all for them.
kids. God bless kids. They don't give a damn what you do. They don't care who you are, what your importance is. If you can do something for them, those kids ask you to do it for them. It's great. Sometimes I wish I had the childlike mentality. I mean, I do have a childlike brain, but I wish I had the childlike mentality to do what my kid does and just says hi to people as they're walking down the street and just be completely footloose and fancy free. Oh God, to be that young and that naive.
My son is all charm. He's a total schmoozer. So he'll like charm you he'll kill you with charm. I mean, it's unbelievable. He'll go up, he's like, hey, what's your name? My name is Hunter. And he'll give you like a pound. You know? I wasn't like that at 8, you know?
It's what you teach him.
Yeah, that's what he sees. All these lunatics showing up at my house every weekend.
It's funny when I talk to like people in our building, they're just like, what do you do? And I talk about how I cover wrestling and everything. And like, oh, would you take your son? I'm like, God, no.
Not yet, no.
Never. No, never. My wife and I are both of the belief that it's like, keep kids away from wrestling. It's just.
Well, I will tell you, we last year, my son went to his first AEW show, and it was at the Hammerstein, and he freaking loved it. He couldn't believe it.
I'm sure, but like, I can't. I can't expect.
It took me a while. WWE we go to. We'll go to WWE. Like that's like Disney on Ice at this point.
I guess so. I take him to like nothing. He was when I came back from All Out the next day. He wanted to see photos, so I showed him like the press conference photos, and I had to explain to him all the wrestlers and who they were. But I couldn't tell them about. I had to say like who's a good guy, who's a bad guy, and I had to be like their friends don't like her because she was not being nice to her friends. This is Chris Statlander. Her friends weren't being very nice to her for a while, so she made some new friends, and her new friends treat her a lot better, so she spends time with those friends now. And the old friends, well, they're trying to be friends with her again, but she doesn't want to be friends with them. So and it's sitting there trying to be like, yeah, so she beat the shit out of these people, and then she went a 4-way with a seatbelt pin, kid, and now she's got.
And then John Moxley was set on fire.
Yeah, no, I can't exactly have that conversation with a 3-year-old, so I try to keep it a little bit less because ain't no way we're going to take him to a wrestling show at all, if ever. The Junction Wrestling runs like up the street from us. Maybe one day, because they are definitely the most family friendly of the Toronto indies here.
Yeah, my kids are sharks, so they matured into seeing this stuff.
Couldn't do it. I can't. I don't want
I held off for a while. You know what kind of parent I am? There's no devices in my house.
Yeah, we don't
no
have
iPads.
Yeah, we don't have those either. We very much limit TV time and iPad time and stuff.
We don't do devices. There's no iPads. They get about maybe 45 minutes a week. They could do whatever they're doing, or maybe like an hour, but we limit all of it. They don't even want it. Like they don't even ask for it. They don't want their iPad. If I give it to them, they'll be on it the whole day, but they don't even ask for it. Like they just want to go do stuff, like dig holes in my yard and see how far they could go.
I mean,
Oh,
Not even kidding you.
kind of devalues the property, but sure.
Yeah, just digging holes. I told them that there were arrowheads in my yard, and they've been trying to find arrowheads.
how's that working out?
Yeah, how'd that go?
Well, there are. I mean, there are. They just have to keep digging.
They're going to be
We'll
those
find
kids.
it at some point.
They're going to make the
I'll
digging
find
the
it.
China joke at one point. You just
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
So my property was on a bootlegger's estate. He was a bottle manufacturer. So if you dig deep enough, all the entire ground is just buried like liquor bottles. My walls were insulated with whiskey bottles. Like there were shelves all in the walls of whiskey bottles, hundreds and hundreds of whiskey bottles.
Great insulation.
Great insulation, yeah.
This is why you want to get rid of your house. I get it. Move
Yeah.
to the middle of nowhere.
This is why I want to go to the middle of nowhere. Yeah.
I get it.
The lead in those glass bottles are starting to affect me.
It's the 5G waves in the lead bottles.
The 5G.
You gotta get the the EMF thing
Yeah,
that they
you-
used for the tag team match at WrestlePalooza. That's what you
Yeah,
need.
a Faraday cage match. They should do that.
Don't give them ideas; they will.
Ooh,
They will,
I got one. A Faraday cage match, and here's the deal: the cameras don't work, and the lights stop working, and you're just in the dark.
Oh, we've already pitched stuff like this. You know, the
Yep.
lights out match where it's literally in the dark, and then the lights come back on, and the winner is whoever wins. We have the blindfold match, but we blindfold everybody in the audience. That's one we're working through. We've got the Sharks match. Corbin gave us a lot of good ideas for Ring of Hallucinations.
What is this? Can I ask? What is this EMF friendly match?
Okay, so did you not see this on WrestlePalooza?
No,
Okay,
Zarian was
I
smart.
No, I heard it. I don't know what it means.
It doesn't. It's snake oil. It's bullshit. So basically, the idea is Airs Tech, which is a BS company, a snake oil sales company. They make this
Allegedly, supposedly.
No, I will put it out. They can come at
Okay.
me if they want. There's plenty of proof and tear down videos and people who have done the work to prove that it is a grifting company that is bullshit at the top and all around. They make what they call EMF blockers, electromagnetic field blockers, I guess.
Okay.
And is that no 5G can come and take your brain and make you die early.
What's the name of this company?
AIRES, AIRES. It was all the people who endorsed it at first are exactly the people you think would be endorsing this garbage. When Russell Brand is endorsing this,
Oh,
after
he's
Russell
endorsing
Brand
this.
is doing the things Russell Brand is doing, nothing should be shocking to you.
So is this just blocking 5G?
It ain't doing shit.
No. But what is it supposed to do?
That's what it's
Because
supposed to
why would you put an EMF like thing on your AirTag or on your phone? Why would you put that?
Well, that's the thing. You're not supposed to because it doesn't do anything. And when you try to make sense of it, you can't because guess what? It's garbage and it's not.
Okay,
real.
so the EMF friendly match. What did they do? They put this all on themselves. They put these stickers on them, and
That would have been too
Yeah,
funny.
that would have been hilarious.
Instead, they took these little things that they sell. They do little ones. They're little pendant-sized ones. And then
that's the one I'm talking about. Yeah.
yeah, and then there are like ones that are about like the size of. Hold on, let me pick this up. It's about the same size, like the size of this. It's not very big, and you just
Okay.
put it on the ring on the side of the ring. They put them
Yeah,
on
they-
the.
They put them on a ring post.
and they made no reference to
They
it.
made one
Just
reference. They
yeah,
were
they-
like,
So-
Did a
So
close up.
these are amulets.
One of them is an amulet. The other one is supposed to be somewhere.
It's like, do you remember the copper bracelets? Do you remember that? Like in the
Oh,
in the
yeah.
2000s? It's the same thing. Like keep away the radio. Yeah, that's what it was. It was to keep away the radio frequencies.
It's garbage, and it's such. Oh, God, it was.
I
just
can't wait to start advertising this. I welcome their money. Give me their money. I want AirTech. I want this.
That's the problem. They don't have any money, and they're going to start going downhill real quick. Oh,
Okay, this is crazy. This is. I cannot believe WWE. Well, I can
I
now.
was gonna
Come
say,
on.
really,
Come
you
on.
can't really.
They'll
They
take
get-
money.
They
From
get,
anybody.
yeah. They look at who they're giving tryouts to. Okay, look whose family members they're giving tryouts to.
Okay, so I'm reading the post on Fox News.
Oh, that's your first mistake.
I'm not getting political here, Joel. That was the first one that came up. Eris Lifetoon's Zone Max will be on each ring post during the match to help create an EMF friendly environment. You are in the least EMF friendly environment because you're in an arena that is transmitting all over the world.
This is my favorite part where Jeremy and I talked about this, and I said, if I'm a wrestler who was not in this match, I would be complaining to Hunter right now and everyone in WWE and TKO and be like, are you trying to tell me that I'm not protected all the time? That I am at risk of dying in the ring because of EMF? Are you telling me that these four are more important than me? It's like Becky growing up just totally in character.
I mean that's incredible. You know what? I didn't know that I wasn't paying close enough attention to this match. I watched the match, but I didn't realize that this is exactly what they did. I heard that it was an EMF friendly match, and honestly, this is honestly what I thought. I thought it was some sort of like accessibility term, you know?
Right.
I
Like-
kind of thought the same thing when
Culture City.
When I first read it, I read it as like, you know, like AEW had like the quiet rooms, like WWE did it too, for people that are you know, either you're autistic or you're very sensitive to light and sound. You know, I thought it was something like that. I didn't think that this was literally they were Faraday caging the match.
Yeah, that's what they were doing.
Oh boy.
It was just a giant vat of BS. Money, please.
I got to tell you, I would, and somebody said Andrew would be a good CEO for that. Yeah, I turn around garbage companies, and I would be willing to do that too.
All right, first thing we do, shut it down.
You know what I'm going to do? I got an idea. Okay, I'm going to start making those. Remember the stickers? They had those copper stickers you used to put on too.
Oh, I think I
You
remember.
used to put it like here,
Oh,
like
yeah,
right here. I'm going to make one that it's a Z with an infinity symbol in the middle, and I'm going to call it the Z patch.
Z-Pack.
Yeah, it'll be a Z pack. Yeah, no, it's a Z patch, but if you
Yeah,
buy
Z
the
patch.
pack, it's a Z pack.
Gotcha. And your
Okay.
first will be CM Punk.
Blocks you from 5G, so the 5G won't warp your brain.
Right.
EMF for sure. Toxins,
What kind of toxins we talking here?
any kind.
Any
Name me
kind.
one.
Any of
Uh,
And name me one.
I can't. That's good.
It'll prevent certain illnesses that happened in about 5 years ago, then slowly disappeared. That one, it'll prevent you from getting that, and anything else. There's a whole laundry list: tuberculosis, mesothelioma, child daycare,
But daycare.
VCR repair.
Jesus. ACL repair, you say?
VCR repair.
VCR.
It teaches you how to, it teaches you how to repair VCRs. Yeah,
Yeah.
Oh, it's even better.
Well, it blocks you from doing that.
Right.
yeah. Yeah, I also need to do a Zarian coin. People are giving me terrible scammy suggestions, and I'm all for this. I'm looking to sell everything and move to the Midwest. So if you could help me get there, I don't care by what means.
Capitalist swine, look at you.
No.
No one hears about COVID.
This segment is brought to you by Kahlua.
Oh, good stuff.
Is the actual Kahlua in there?
No, I haven't drank in weeks. I actually on May 16th I decided that I was going to take a break from drinking because I wanted to kind of debloat a little, and I just lost the urge to want to drink. And all I drink now are the THC seltzers that I buy at the store down the block from me, and kava.
Kava.
Isn't that something that you use, an app you use to make graphics?
No, that's Canva.
My bad.
Kava. Yeah.
It's called Kava Haven. It's a
I've actually-
non-alcoholic spirit.
Yeah, I've actually heard of this.
Oh,
It's actually very good. It's nice. It gives you you don't have too much. You just have like 2 shots worth. I mix it with like seltzer, and it makes you like nice and loose.
okay.
Okay, I'm all about feeling nice and loose.
Yeah.
I only drink
Perfect for-
water.
Yeah, you don't drink, right?
And if like we go out, the wife and I, then
Yeah.
I'll drink.
What do you drink? A
but-
beer? Wine?
No. I don't like really any type of beer. I'll get like just some type of mixed drink if they have like a special. I'll get
me
that.
see
But
if I
usually
got it
like a
here.
Captain and Coke. I'll order. Drink Mana every Friday. It is Friday, so I will be
It is
drinking some
Friday.
Mana. today, but
So it's funny. Since I have not been. Let me move this. Since I have not been drinking, my liquor look, it's full for the first time in my life. My liquor cabinet is full.
Mine is in a closet in a bag. That's my liquor cabinet.
mine is literally one bottle of Mana on the shelf. That's my whole liquor cabinet.
Yeah. I'm gonna leave. I gotta go to work. But do you want to see something cool that I got?
Of course. Oh.
Oh.
It's the program.
Can you get that autographed?
Yeah, you know what? I want a Phil Zacco autograph. Can Phil Zacco sign this? I don't really care for Vincent J. McMahon. This is from 75. So they're claiming that they had 12 sellouts at the Garden in 1975.
It's entirely possible. Those Sunday dates, man, something to do.
Yeah.
75.
50 cents. This was 50 cents in 1975. December 15, 1975.
Look at that face. That man was just miserable.
He looks like everybody's Irish grandfather in my neighborhood.
He really does. He looks like you'll find him in a giant mausoleum with that face.
He's just white.
He is.
He's just so white.
All these white people.
Graze is saying the Saudis will bring back Vincent J. McMahon for Mania 43.
Yeah.
Holograms. I'm waiting for that. I'm telling you that it's going to happen in our lifetime. That WWE is going to attempt a hologram match between Hulk Hogan and Andre the Giant at WrestleMania. They're going to relive WrestleMania 3.
Yeah, 43.
No, and you know what? No, they'll do it at WrestleMania 103. WrestleMania 103.
Whoa, you're going way ahead.
No, I'm dead. I'm dead. Right? We're all dead.
This is the 40th anniversary of WrestleMania 3 coming up in 2 years. You can do it.
You know what? They're still opening that Hogan bar in the city.
Which one?
Yeah,
like in your city?
Yeah, it's across the street from MSG. Right?
So something weird happened. Yeah, it's right across the street from MSG. It's the old barbecue joint. They were going to put a Scores, like the strip club Scores. They were licensing the name, but they weren't going to do a strip club. They were just going to do it into a bar, like a bikini bar, from what I understood. And then they changed it to like Hogan's Sports Club. And then now it's like another name I'm hearing.
Yeah, I remember that was still going ahead. I remember writing about it before Hogan passed, and then Hogan passed, and then they said that it was still gonna be a thing. I didn't know how involved he was with it or what was gonna come of it, but it seems like it's still a thing. Good luck having to walk by a Hulk Hogan bar every day, Zarian.
Woof.
I'm not a racist, brother.
You want to?
That's what it says over and over again. When you walk by,
you
that's
walk in the door.
There's like an actual full size Hulk Hogan robot, like animatronic, and that's what it says when you open the door.
Good to see you're not a racist. Good to see. Yeah. It's like the Walmart reader, but it's Hogan just saying not a racist over and over again. It's like the door swing open, in a convenience store, it goes ding. It just goes, oh, not a racist, brother.
You know who has the best "I'm not a racist" line ever? Macho Man Randy Savage on the Arsenio Hall show, because he came in half black and half white, his outfit, and he looked at Arsenio and he goes, "I'm not a racist."
My favorite.
I feel like Hogan's bar. I don't know if this is a real thing. I feel like somebody said it like announces your ethnicity when you walk into the door. You know what I mean? Like you open the door, white person.
Yeah, it's already calling me
Asian.
Mandani. It just calls me Mandani, which I don't appreciate.
Socialist swine.
Socialist swine. Mandani.
Then it announces what ethnicity you are, and so then everybody has to be like, oh, okay, white person. We can be everybody's a little bit racist here, so we can be a little bit racist here. And then a non-white walks in, and they're like, all right, we gotta. Don't get caught, brother. Just, we can't be a little bit racist. Just don't get caught. They might be taping us here.
But if you walk in with your black friend, then it's totally
all right. I have to get ready for my 1 p.m. Rally that I have to go to and kiss babies and shake hands. So I'll see you guys.
Take care of yourself.
Enjoy.
The one and only Andrew Zarian. Good way to kill the first 40 minutes of the show, isn't it?
We accomplished nothing, as we are wont to do on this show.
That's right. You want to get your finger on the button? We'll hit some super chat.
The camera shuts off when a minority walks into Hogan's bar.
Nothing to see here, brother.
the EMF signals they get blocked, so
They
there's
kick
no
in.
there's no cameras, there's no audio, you can't get anything. No electronics are working when a minority walks into Hogan's bar.
Welcome to the Hulk Hogan bar. Oh, EMF. No video. All right, get your finger on the button. You ready?
Yeah, sure.
Rollup sends a super chat saying Vanilla Fumble
I'm vanilla, baby.
is what we call people who take their entertainment way too seriously, man. None of this is worth your entertainment, or none of this is worth your time, people. True,
It's
man.
entertaining for me. I think it's
Yes.
hilarious.
When you're not the one being threatened, it's great. And then
That's why-
Cyclops is better than Wolverine. Just adding to it, saying, Kenny made it more toxic by calling her a WWE shell. And like, we don't have to get too deep into the Gale thing, but yeah, I kind of agree. Kenny exacerbated it a little bit more, but Gale also replied to it, and here we go back to the races again. And other people have made reference to it without directly calling her out. So whatever, man. Everyone has their team that they're going to play for and promote.
You already know my stance on it, Joel.
I guess that means you need to shut the fuck up. That's what I do if I don't have no army. I would fuck up. Shut the fuck up.
Exactly.
Everyone just needs to shut the fuck up when it comes to this stuff.
Zeno Howard. He all started talking about race, and Andrew dipped out real quick.
He's got a rally to go to.
Not a rally. Don't ask him what kind of rally, but he just had to go to a rally. Oh, I love that, man. Thank you, Andrew Zarian, for coming around. Listen, you know what rally he had to go? He had to go to the Pokemon rally. Did you know he wasn't in New York? He was actually in Mexico City. I have it on good authority that this Under the Mask, this was Andrew Zarian.
Oh,
He was the Sylveon Gimp.
Oh,
Yeah. Did you know that?
that thing's gonna be in Ring of Hallucinations, just DPing people all over the place. I assume those horns like move.
I don't think
So-
they do.
Oh, really? All right. Well,
I mean, unless they're full, like you can take them out like they're tube socks stuffed in there. I don't know. It looks like I don't know. There looks to be something kind of up there in the corner that looks like you can inflate it. Maybe they are inflatable in some
yeah,
way.
that's why I thought they were like inflatable, so you could like
Maybe they are.
move them. Yeah.
Yeah. It looks wholly uncomfortable. Anyway, that was Andrew Zarian last night.
He's gonna be in Time Cock as well. He's got 2 Time Cocks on his head.
Thank you, dorks. Yes, it was Umbreon. I forgot. I just labeled it I miscorrected.
Umbreon.
It's
Who's
Umbreon. That is the Pokemon.
Is that a Pokemon?
Yeah, it's one of the.
That
Eevee-
wasn't.
It's one of the
oh.
Eevee evolutions.
That wasn't one of the.
No,
That wasn't one of the
original.
150, right?
Yeah, no, it wasn't the
Yeah.
150 ones.
After 150, I don't know. All right, 151, I guess.
My kid is playing a teeth brushing game. That's like a Pokemon teeth brushing game
Dork.
where it's the only way you get the kid to brush his teeth twice a day. And he loves it, so I'm not going to stop him. So he sits and he brushes his teeth, and it tells you, brush faster, brush slower, get this, get that. And then as you do it, it's like Pikachu dancing on teeth while you clean your teeth. And then eventually a Pokemon shows up, and you're trying to brush all the whatever purple goop off of the Pokemon and save it so that you can capture it. And so that's how I'm relearning the 151, because every day, morning and night, we are doing the Pokemon. And no, there is no Umbreon in that one. We have seen a Jolteon and a Flareon, I think.
Okay. Has the kid caught them all?
He's at 107,
Oh,
and we've
pretty
been doing this. I think he's missed one night because we were out. This was Monday night. And then one other time where he was just having a meltdown while brushing his teeth. So you can actually not catch the Pokemon if you didn't do a proper brushing. If you didn't
that
brush
would
properly,
piss me off.
the Pokemon just goes away, but you can recapture it another time. So I think it turned out to be like an Eevee after that, which was very funny because he was obsessed with Eevees for a bit. So he was like, what's the mystery Pokemon? Then it showed up and it was Eevee. So yeah, you cannot capture a Pokemon if you do a bad job.
This is like a pretty intense and detailed game. This isn't like some
The game is called
know,
Pokemon Smile.
Pokemon Smile. Is it on your phone?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, all
And
right.
you can get it on. I'll shout it out because it's great. If you go to smile.pokemon.com, you can get the game and you can download it from your app stores. I recommend it. I mean, for kids, especially if anyone who likes Pokemon, it's fun. It's silly. It's a good time. And you can get like little hats that you wear while, like, not literally. It's like
Yeah, I see it. Yeah.
they superimpose the hat on top while you're brushing your teeth. It's cute.
This actually sounds kind of legit, so I respect it.
Yeah, you know what? Shout out to my wife. She found it, and our kid has been loving it. It's his thing. It's like, I want to catch Pokemon, so twice a day.
I'm gonna start using this app.
You can do it, and then afterwards, once you catch the original 151, you end up getting like the next ones. So you
I
can
don't
get
want those.
That's fine.
I'm just gonna catch the original 151
And then never brush your teeth.
Never
again.
brush my teeth again. Yeah.
As long as you're wearing the Umbreon mask afterwards. Still, the funniest thing was just seeing that pop up. I was like, "What is this?" You know, I think it was Luis in the staff chat just being like, "This is the randomest thing to be at a wrestling show," and I was like, "No, this is pretty on par for what you'd expect at a wrestling show." He's just like, "Good point." Luis, I promise, wrestling is not real. Anyway, you know what is real? TNA. Actually, so is. First of all, leave a thumbs up on the video. We're 45 minutes in, so clearly we're doing something right. Let's get a little pyro going. Leave your thumbs up if you haven't, because this is just fantastic content for y'all on a Friday morning. And while you're at it, you can go ahead and you can subscribe to the channel. This is us 5 days a week, all the time, 10 a.m. Eastern till whenever, talking about whatever. We're just like Orange Cassidy. And while you're at it, you can donate a super chat. Any amount, get your question or your statement read on the air, just like the others have done. We appreciate when you do. We got to talk about the number 2 promotion, Jeremy.
Okay.
We don't really have to talk about it. I just wanted to put it out there. I give you the one thing you got to watch, and it's not the final negotiation. Watch the main event. I thought that the Ken Anderson Macklin versus Kazarian and something match was a lot of fun.
Could they not afford the mic drop?
No, it's because the building is so old they can't attach anything to the top of the roof of that building. The building is legitimately a very old one.
Do you need to like attach it? You can't just like, I don't know, use a pulley system or something?
They didn't have either that planned out, or they just couldn't do it because it's not easy to
like
to the roof of the thing.
You know what I mean?
Go up and send it down and then pull it back up. I see what you're saying, get a pulley, but like that kind of gets in the way.
No. I don't even need to do all that. I assume there's bars and stuff on there.
Not right over the top of the ring.
Tie a rope to the mic and then throw the rope over to loop it on the bar and then just pull it up and then drop it down when Mr. Anderson comes up. It'll be fine.
One of those stage hands all day.
Yeah.
Try it again. Nope. Didn't work. One more time. Got it.
That's all you need to do. Like, they couldn't do that. I mean, I like the bit with Macklin, dropping, doing all that. Like, that was fun. But I was also like...
That's probably why they did it, is because it was funnier to just do that than to try to makeshift it. This made it funnier.
It made it funnier, but I was also like, did they cheap out and they just could not? They didn't plan for this at all. It's the one thing people know about this guy. He says his name twice because the mic drops down and then the bell rings. Can we not get the one thing that he's good at?
I thought it was fine. I knew what it was. I thought it, like I said, I thought it was cute that Macklin doing the mic drop for him. It was cute. But the match itself, like the match was serviceable. I was telling SP3 last night on the post show, Anderson and Kazarian are 1 year apart in age. Anderson's 49, Kazarian's 48. And like, kudos to Ken Anderson. Like, he kept up. It was a tag match. He wasn't expected to do a ton, but he did a lot. And he's got a wrestling school. He stayed active. And like, he was good. He wasn't blown up right away. I thought it was a good match for what it was. It was a simple main event tag match. Send the crowd home happy because it was the end of their tapings. But if you're going to watch one thing from TNA, that's probably the one thing I'd recommend, because once in a while, it's good to do.
Okay.
That's it. But they are number 2. Don't you worry. When they get that TV deal, Jeremy, they're going to be number 2. It's going to happen.
It's such a dumb comment.
You bet. I think John Alba knocked it out of the park when he answered with, this isn't a knock at TNA, but maybe get some people under contract if you're going to be talking about being number 2 and getting a big money deal. And he's right. I'm paraphrasing, John, but that was effectively the argument in play. Like, why do you say this if you're not going to make a play for a better talent pool in your company?
Well, Santino was talking about, the fans decide, and fan perception can make it number 2. And that's already passed. The fans aren't going to lift TNA past AEW. It's just, I don't know if that's possible. Honestly, I just don't. Like, you'd have to, AEW would have to lose a lot of fans if they're going to surpass, or they're going to get surpassed by TNA. Like, fans aren't leaving AEW to go watch TNA. They're not even leaving WWE to go watch TNA. They're watching all of them, or they're not watching TNA because it's the third promotion. The fans aren't going to suddenly be like, yeah, TNA, we want to rally for them and help them surpass AEW. Because I hate to say it, but their roster is just filled with ex-WWE guys. So there's no, who are you looking at in TNA and you're like, this is the guy I really want to get behind? It's Santana. Well, he's going to be in WWE within the next year, most likely. So it's tough to really want to stick behind these guys when you know they're probably gone within the next couple of years. And Leon Slater's a good shout. How far they go with him, that's not just X Division. We will see, because this is what they did with Speedball. They got him to a point, and then they didn't get him further than that, and then he left because he had a better opportunity. That's what happens with TNA as well, is they get guys to a point, and the guys who want more or can put themselves in a better position, they leave to do that. They don't have guys that commit long term. And if you don't have guys who commit long term, and this goes to Alba's point on contracts, if you don't have guys that commit long term, the fans don't want to commit long term, because like, well, my guy's just gonna leave in however many months or a year. Ace Austin's another example. They got him to a point with the X Division, and then they never got him past that, and he left.
If they make money, they need to spend it on their talent, on their production, on a lot of things that they think is going to be this sudden turnaround for their company. But it's not. It doesn't work that way. Also, $10 million, if that is what they're aiming for on a TV deal, that money goes like that. Because you can't just sign everyone to a 1-year deal like it's New Japan again, because we've seen that doesn't work either. And if all of your talent are working one year at a time, then it doesn't work like that. The number 2 thing, I get it. Like, it was a little clickbaity. Santino knew what he was doing. Yes. He knew he was drumming up. Yeah, he knew. But it was like, take a shot at Tony while also pointing out that, we're going to get a TV deal. It's fine. But also, your words matter in this case, because you can be rah-rah TNA, but you have to understand that saying stuff so flippantly isn't going to save your company in the grand scheme of things. It doesn't work with public perception when your last pay-per-view went off the air with people upset and annoyed, and they haven't come back. This whole, we're going to have a bigger Bound for Glory than we did Slammiversary, that's not paying off for them. They haven't ran. They're not getting 10,000 in that building. They got a month to go. They got less than a month to go. They got 3 weeks to go. And are they even at 5? Have they cracked 5,000? You now know that you ain't going to get like an AJ Styles in that room, because he's going to be in Australia anyway. Like, even if you wanted to tease it, you can't. There's just no reason for people to want to go other than this tables match that they're putting on.
They're hoping that the WWE partnership is, of course, going to lift this, because Trick's on NXT, the TNA invasion, all this stuff. NXT didn't do a great number this past week, and they built the invasion. They told you flat out TNA was going to be invading. It didn't boost any type of interest to see this TNA invasion. And I don't think people should be shocked that it didn't boost any type of interest, because I don't think people care that much about a TNA invasion. And then, okay, are we going to see stuff at Victory Road? tonight? Are we going to see NXT talent show up? I feel like Trick will show up.
Yeah, you'll get
to
Trick
attack Santana.
That's
all
it.
right, sure, but anybody else going to care? These NXT people are going to be like, oh, now you're doing a show. We're going to come after you.
But also, it doesn't make much sense to send NXT talent to the TNA show because they've got a PLE the next night in Florida.
But not
So,
everybody's wrestling.
No, not that's why we're saying Trick will probably be there because he's not wrestling on No Mercy. But you don't want to start just sending like NXT's B level to TNA just to be like, go watch Bound for Glory. This will be the best thing ever. Bound for Glory, like the card is basically set at this point. This is what I was talking about on Wednesday with you, or I've been talking about this recently. The card for Bound for Glory is effectively set, or at least the plan around it is done. You've already got a 5-on-5 hardcore war in TNA, so you can't do some sort of like NXT invasion turns into hardcore. Like you can't. There's a tables match. There's that match. There's going to probably be an Ultimate X match. I assume that they're going to do a Macklin and Kazarian match that has some sort of like no disqualification or some sort of street fighty stipulation. Yeah, like Jose's saying, who's NXT gonna send? Hank and Tank? Like it's just there's no one there. People just they don't care. And so last count is from WrestleTix. This is from a month ago. So I'd love to see an update. August 15th, they had distributed under 3,000 tickets. We'll see in the next couple of days if this does anything because they aired the final negotiation, that 20-minute whatever that was with the Hardys and Team 3D, where they talked in circles and praised each other and had a jerk-off session. And then they announced the tables match, which you and I talked about for weeks. It's happening. It's just, sure, it is what it is. That was their go-home segment. Because Team 3D and the Hardys, they're not going to be on screen together in any way, shape, or form. The Hardys aren't going to be on screen together until Bound for Glory. You're not going to see them together unless they film some stuff at home after they tape the Victory Road tapings, because that takes us to Bound for Glory, and Jeff can't get into the country. So that was it. That was their go home last night, and that's presumptively the main event.
You got the wrong information, Zeno Hour. You got the fake numbers there, brother. And they sent out first numbers, which I'm assuming you're referencing, and I think PW Torch published that. But those were the wrong numbers for NXT this past week. NXT was down 16%. Homecoming did 737. This show last week did 617, or this show on Tuesday did 617. Homecoming did a 0.17 in the demo. Tuesday show did a 0.12. Those were the updated numbers. It was way down.
So there you go. The invasion angle on Tuesday didn't do anything, possibly because nobody cared, and possibly because everyone saw it coming. We're going to do a title for title match, and meanwhile, TNA's on socials being like, over our dead body, and then they all show up, and guess what? It's over their dead body because it goes to a DQ finish. There's no reason for it. And so with tonight's show, it really just feels like either Ridge is going to win because what's-his-face gets involved, Trick, or Santana gets the win, and then Trick immediately goes and beats down Santana. So what do you want?
I imagine that Santana wins, and then you're not gonna have him lose, and then Trick beats him down. But like, shouldn't NXT talent show up? I know you're saying like, oh, who are they gonna send? Like B-level guys, but I mean, a lot of people in NXT feel kind of B-level.
That's true. They'll send Jasmine Nix for her last few appearances with the company. Like, that's kind of what I thought for a minute they would do, but that's another topic of conversation.
But doesn't it feel like they gotta send somebody? Because it feels like a sort of a lame-ass invasion if TNA shows up, gets into a brawl, and that's out, and they stand tall and everything, and then the next TNA show, I know Thursday passed because it was taped and everything, but the next live TNA show, NXT's doesn't even bother. Like, whatever. We ain't even going to show up to this thing. It's not that big of a deal.
Why should they show up in the first place? The whole thing is we got your title. Guess what NXT still has?
It should show up because of the disrespected being angry over things. This is just basic invasion stuff 101. If you go to the other school and steal their mascots and spray paint the halls and everything, the other school's not supposed to get revenge. They're supposed to be like, oh darn, well, we won the big homecoming game, so it doesn't really matter what they did. No,
Got
Go
it.
back there and start wrecking shit. Capture the principal.
So-
Pull him up by his underwear onto the flagpole.
So what you're saying is NXT talent need to take Carlos Silva. They need to give him a big old wedgie, and then they need to steal Santino Marella. They're gonna pull him away, put him in. They're gonna hog tie him, throw him in a truck, and he's gonna come back dressed as Santina, and that's how they're gonna tell the story of NXT versus TNA.
Yes.
All right, I'm about it.
This is what you need to do.
Send Vic Joseph to confront his wife. You're doing great work, honey, but you're the enemy now.
Like, this is stuff that needs to happen. You don't just stand there and be like, okay, you guys got us there. We're just going to let that one go because we got your world title. No, show some NXT pride. Show some yellow brand pride out here.
They're all going to show up, be like, yeah, we'll show pride for money. And then they're going to be like, well, we don't have any. And they'll be like, oh, okay, when does our flight leave? Oh God, it's so stupid. The NXT invasion, if this ends in some sort of war games, SP3 and I were talking last night on the post show about how because Sean and Hunter can only replay the same like tired tropes over and over again, they do the 5-on-5. But the whole thing is Santana doesn't want to be in the match, so it's got to be like Santino or Tommy Dreamer going up to Santana and being like, I need the old Mike Santana back. I need the Santana of old joining my team TNA. And Santana's got to come back, and he's like down in the gutter. He's all pissed. He hasn't relapsed. I don't want to do that story again. But like he's just upset, and he's like, I don't know if I got him, man, because he lost. He lost at Bound for Glory.
Oh, okay. I was like, why is Santana down? Oh my gosh.
Because he lost the match, and
this is awful.
But this is what they're gonna do because this is storytelling. This is what we do.
Tommy,
tell him it's what we do. It's what we do, Paul. It's true. That's what we do. Thank you, sir. May I have another? So they're going to go, and it's going to be Tommy trying to convince Santana or Santino to be like, Mike Santana, why don't you go and be serious again? And it's going to be, oh, you're right. I should be that. Anyway. And then meanwhile, it's going to be Joe Hendry playing the Kurt Angle role, the role he was born to play, baby. He's going to turn on Team TNA. He's going to be a part of Team TNA. Okay. And he's actually going to turn on Team TNA. And everyone's going to be like, yeah, I mean, of course, we saw this coming. You've been on the other brand for months. We never wanted you here to begin with. Even AJ Francis is going to be like, I told y'all. And we'll be like, you're right. You did. And everyone knew. And that's going to be how it plays out. We get the old Mike Santana, and we get Joe Hendry defecting to NXT, hopefully never to be seen again. Except for his tag team with Mr. Iguana.
This sounds awful. One, Mike Santana losing at Bound for Glory is already immediate.
Telling you,
I
man.
know you're on this. I know you're on this. Cardona's gonna be the big. Whose side is he on?
The winner gets a contract. Matt Cardona being like, "Yeah, bro, I don't care. Just give me the money and give me the contract."
Cardona's gonna shoot on everybody if a real contract's on the line.
He'll potato the shit out of people. God.
He's gonna get a real pin. He's gonna be count three, come on.
Where's my wife? Have her count 3. Pitch, baby, pitch a lot of things.
He's gonna pay off the ref. Fast count, brother.
Daniel Spencer is easily bought. That's just what it's gonna be, and that's all it is, and that's what it's gonna be. So. That is watch
this show. Are we doing a post show? Or are we doing a victory? Why not?
Because it starts at 9. I'm going to bed an hour in. I loved it on the video boards last night. The big video boards had it starting at 8, and then everywhere else, because the video boards are wrong and 3 weeks old, have it starting at 8 o'clock. So you're gonna start the show at 7. You can start it at 7 local. That's 5 p.m. You could do it, but no, you want to start it at 9? What is this shit? Dumb.
I hate the 9 o'clock starts.
There's no reason for it. Meanwhile, AEW has it the right way, where they're like, we're gonna do a 3 o'clock start, and allegedly their pay-per-view buys for All Out, if you read in the Observer, are up. And if that's true, fantastic. Keep doing afternoons, but announce them faster. Don't announce them a week and a half before the show. Announce them now. If you've got Wrestle Dream set for 8 o'clock like you do now, start thinking about moving it up to 3. I get that's like new. Oh, they're not on the West Coast. They could do it. Do a 3 o'clock start. Keep going.
Yeah. Yeah, I much prefer the earlier starts. And then it'd be nice if WWE didn't run a show afterwards, so I can just be done covering
Yes.
wrestling for the night.
Yes, it's that easy. All you got to do is listen and make it happen.
Yeah, WWE bullied them into a better time slot.
And gave them a better show too. So here we are. But if you ask anyone, C is okay. C is average.
C's get degrees, man. I don't know why people are mad about C's.
Who cares? Who could possibly care? Also, I have a little bit. I have a little bit of heat with Andres Hale, who was too busy for us, but then wants to go on a busted open affiliate to do his thing. Listen, I get it. I don't have real heat with him, but come on, Andres, come on. We can cut up a short about you doing your job just as good as the other guys can. What is this bullshit?
It's fine. We still like Andreas.
We do. I'm just joking for the sake of the joke. For bit's sake, we do love Andreas. We respect the hell out of his work because he does good work, does great work. Just next time, come on our show. None of this Coach and Ziggler bullshit.
What can you do?
You can come on our show.
I agree.
Oh, anyway, it's whatever. I'm sure the next show will be highly regarded because it'll be better. Or maybe not. We'll find out.
I don't know. What do they got? Oh, they got Seth and Cody. Yeah, that'll be a good match.
Yeah,
AJ,
and Stephanie Vaquer taking on whoever the women's champion is after tonight.
Yeah, AJ and Cena. That'll be a good match too. Yeah, they got some good matches, at least so far. We'll see what else they add to it, but yeah, they've at least got some matches that you would think would be good. The Seth and Cody match is gonna get bogged down by all the interference at the end, though. I'm already preparing for that one.
Oh, I'm sure CM Punk will have a tag team match of some sorts, right? It's going to be CM Punk and Jey Uso versus Braun and Bronson.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
I doubt it. I assume will they run AJ and Becky in Australia, or they'll wait for the stadium?
I feel like they'll probably wait.
Yeah, do it at Survivor Series.
Yeah.
I'm not against that. It's a big match in some ways, and it's also a bigger match in a bigger stadium, so it could work like that.
Yeah.
Volib saying, to me, it's the report that the surprises from within WWE that gets me. Like, how insulated from the real world are you people? They thought they put on a serviceable show. The problem is, like, if they had not talked about and hyped up the show as like this major, massive deal with so many surprises and all this stuff, then yeah, listen, WrestlePalooza would have been fine. It would have
been a C.
It would have been a C. It would have been a serviceable grade. Like, they deserve what they got. They shouldn't be surprised. What they should be surprised about is that they oversold it, and that created the backlash that they're getting.
I think their surprise. I could be wrong on this. I think part of their surprise was that ESPN actually did that, because it says why would you open yourself up to that. I think they thought not so much that we gotta see. I'm sure they weren't thrilled about that and were surprised about that, but I'm pretty sure they just thought we're on ESPN. ESPN's gonna give us a good grade. They're not gonna say anything negative about our show. They're gonna praise our show and say it was great. I'm fairly certain that was their honest thoughts of. It's not so much the grade of a C. It's that ESPN gave them a grade C when they probably just expected, well, there are television partners. They're going to give us at least a B plus. They're not going to go all the way to a C.
I mean, even on top of that, it's why should you be surprised that the people who have been doing this for years are suddenly going to change their tune? I get that it's your television partner, but put on a C show. On top of that,
they're surprised because this is how they think the world works.
Yes,
Joel,
I'll add to it. It's also a possibility that while what you're saying is true, they also could have been expecting that this thing would just blow over quicker than it came out. But it ended up playing out longer because, like you said, it's their television partner. It's their new PLE partner. And as a result, more people kind of dug it or, dug into it and realized they've been doing this for a long time. This guy is good, but you're going to complain about it. So. Yeah.
This is how they think the world works. When When Fox News says something negative about Trump, Trump is surprised. He's like, wait a second. These guys are saying my approval rating isn't good. This is my team here.
I should go arrest somebody.
Okay, Fallon says it, or Kimmel says it. These no talent losers with no ratings, whatever. But Fox News is saying it. Yeah, they expect their television partners to be biased and just say nice things about them because that's just their expectation. That's how they think everything works. When they constantly get told, you are great. You are great. Oh, we love working with you. Then when they see a review on ESPN, they're probably just thinking, okay, they're going to say we're great because we are on ESPN. You know, you got Triple H going on all these ESPN morning shows, and you got Cody and Seth and all these guys, and ESPN saying like, oh, we love wrestling, and man, this is going to be such a great event, and there's going to be so many great surprises. We're so excited about this partnership and everything. And you deliver the show you deliver, but they still expect it to be like, tell me how great it was. Because what happens, Joel? What happens in the immediate post show in WWE? Triple H goes up there with Tessitore and Rosenberg and Big E, and what do they tell him? This is a post show that airs on ESPN, but what do they? This was so great. Oh man, I can't believe that all this. I can't believe the way Brock Lesnar and John Cena played out. Oh, it was so great to see AJ back. Oh, Cody and Drew. Everything was so great. And when you were constantly told by all these great men, not yes men, but great men, that everything is great, then that is what you expect by people that you are working with. And the people they're working with in this case is ESPN. They don't think of, oh, well, ESPN, Andreas Hale operates separately from ESPN. They see ESPN. And this was a mistake a lot of people made because nobody reads a byline and they just see ESPN. It's like, oh, how could ESPN say this? Well, it's Andreas Hale acting on his own accord, giving his thoughts and his review on the thing. Will Andreas review the next one? I don't know. I hope he does. I hope he continues to be the reviewer for this, because now if they take Andreas off of this, people are gonna be like, okay, why is this person now doing it? Especially if they say it's a good show. And look, it might be a good show. Maybe they do a much better show and they get a much better grade. But they have the expectation of entitlement, because if they have said nice things about you and they are working with you, they expect the same thing in return, because everyone just tells them they are great.
The post-show thing, while true, I mean, we all know that it's their show, it's their BS, and you're just saying they're living up to their own BS. They're believing their own BS. They're high on their own supply. In this particular case, on the post show, they're because they're rubbing each other off. Yeah, okay, that's fair.
Yes, that's what the whole post show is.
I get that. That's why I'm saying, like, you can go into the post show, but then understand once the cameras are off, there is an actual reason to have a post-mortem on the show.
Yes, but they don't think like that.
That's the problem.
They do the post show and then the cameras do turn off and they keep saying everything's great, everything's great, everything's great.
Right.
And, Rosenberg and Sam Roberts and all these people, they got their own podcast and they continue to say the same thing. Yes. The show was great. The show was great. The show was great. And so when they finally get somebody that's doesn't show bias and actually has some objectivity when it comes to this, they're stunned by it.
Have they ever had a television partner that does reviews on a website like this? AEW's had Bleacher Report, and Bleacher does reviews. ESPN, are they the first TV partner that WWE has had that does reviews of their shows? Period. End of sentence. I'm thinking back because like they had the WWE Network, and then they went to Peacock. Peacock didn't have some sort of review.
Yeah, Netflix doesn't have a review. USA Network doesn't like
do a review.
I don't think they do like show reviews.
CW doesn't do show reviews.
Yeah, they had the Fox show was about the closest as you're gonna get, and we saw how that turned out. Like,
yeah, well,
everything was great there too, except when Punk would want to criticize stuff.
Yeah, and then it was shut down real quick. Yeah, okay, well, that's just kind of something that I wanted to add in. It's part of the larger conversation. Is like this really is the first time they've had one of their partners as an object or someone who's supposed to be not objective, supposed to be reviewing a subjective form of entertainment. Anyway, point is, it's Friday, so clearly we got to invite Cam Hawkins on the show.
I picked the worst time to join. The worst.
Hey, what are your thoughts on social media discourse?
Oh my god, boy! They were trying to kill me on Monday. I was. Somebody told me that might be the dumbest tweet I've ever seen, and I was like, well, that's the dumbest thing you've seen. You'll be all right. Have you been paying attention to the world at all in the last lifetime?
Yeah.
That's the one that got you. Yeah. Hi guys, how are you? How's everything?
How are you, Cam?
It's Friday,
baby. We're not burying the lead here. Danny Trejo. Come on now. Yeah.
So I was today is our college-wide assembly, right? We cut everything one Friday a year, about a month into the semester. We all get together, higher ups tell us how great everything is. We laugh at the jokes we don't think are funny, clap at the accomplishments we don't think are super significant, but you do it, right? So normally we go to a convention center or an indoor rodeo, because I live in Texas, right? But we'll go to like a big spot and get together all the faculty, the staff, the adjuncts. It's typically, if you split up all the campuses, a couple thousand people will be there. So this year we had the option to do it virtually or in person, right? I signed up for the in person because my mother's birthday was this week. So I was like, okay, come for mom's birthday weekend. I'll shoot out Wednesday or Thursday. I'll go to the General Assembly on Friday. Man, I'm sitting at the house. And it's like, I think it's Wednesday, and Rose is like, hey, it's the 30th anniversary of Desperado. And Robert's hosting Danny for like a small panel. They're going to show the movie. I was like, all right, cool. She was like, so we're probably going to do something. I was like, all right. So I'm sitting here yesterday, and she's like, hey, we're going to dinner at 7:30. I said, okay, cool. Whatever. Because I met Danny a couple of times. So we get down into the Riverwalk, and listen, we've the three of us, and of course people in the chat, like, we've been around pro wrestlers. We've hung out with them and had drinks with them, been to parties with them, all that kind of stuff. And it's like, cool. But boy, you see the jump between pro wrestling and like traditional entertainment, because we couldn't move. Like, the restaurant is on the Riverwalk. Everybody just come up to Danny. They want pictures and video. The goddamn the airport dudes. I tell you what is similar to wrestling. The airport dudes came out. They was out there with posters and T-shirts. I was like, how did y'all get them so quickly? But I think they kind of put two and two together. Where the event is, he might be in the vicinity, so they did all that. You got the waiters and the waitresses stopping. Somebody brought their baby to the table. Their baby.
That's
As
the
you
end.
should.
That's the
As
end,
you
baby. That's
And
the end.
they walked by like 3 times with the baby. And I was like, you're not being slick with the baby. So they hand Danny the baby. And Danny, he's a little bit older. Like, I don't know if you want him like holding your baby for a picture, So we kind of like jumped in and made sure like everything was cool. But yeah, it was a good time. And he's very sweet. He's very funny. We went to this real good Tex-Mex spot. Then we hung out at the hotel for a little bit. Yeah. I don't know if we're going to the thing tonight, but yeah, man, that's Big Cuz, man. Big Cuz Danny Trejo. That's a good guy, and he's very, very sweet.
Little did you know that they actually wanted him to keep the baby. The baby was a gift for Danny.
Giving Danny the baby, it's amazing. The guy was just so nice. He was like, listen, man, he's like, my wife's sitting over there. We didn't want to come bother you, but I don't even need a picture. If you could just take a picture with the baby. I was like, okay. I do hope that the baby falls in love with like Robert Rodriguez movies as an adult, or like as a teenager, right? And there's no idea who this guy is, and then Dad circles back. It's like, oh, you don't know who that is, huh?
That's your Uncle Danny.
Yeah, man. But it was a good time. It's always fun hanging out with him. He had like a small surgery last time I saw him, so he wasn't quite as spry, but we had a really good time last night. It was good stuff, man. Yeah. And I hate reminding people because, like, I say it from time to time, like, yeah, Rose's cousin is Danny Trejo, but I think like you got to see it because the same people like I've told, like Adam Barnard was like, You didn't. He's like, Danny Trejo's Rose's cousin. I was like, I've eaten at your house with your children and played video games with them. Like, you know this about me and about her. But yeah, it was a lot of fun. Yeah. That
How's Buster doing?
Booster is bad. Can
Oh,
you
no.
see? Oh, you can see him.
I can see his ears.
He is bad and having the time of his life. He loves coming to San Antonio, having a large yard to roam, but it only gives him more energy apparently. But no, he'll be 1 in 3 weeks. My big guy, planning out a little birthday party for him. So yeah.
Oh, I called him Booster. I hope we don't have heat. Or I called him Buster.
No,
It's Booster.
just as long as you call him when it's time to eat.
Okay.
That's what's important. Yeah. But no, yeah. Shout out to Hale, man. What a week. I don't think I was wrong in what I said. I think that the flip side of what I was saying is what actually happened. When Hale, specifically Andreas Hale, who works at ESPN, gave WrestlePalooza a C grade, I did not think anything of it because, again, I exist on that side of it where I understand, like, this is the one guy who is not representative of all things mouse saying that show was all right. And I was like, my point was, if the Ravens-Lions game was a stinker and they said it was a stinker on first take, like, okay, the game wasn't great. They're still going to play next week. It does not change that. People were like, well, football's real and wrestling scripted. Okay, it's a TV show that ESPN is putting on. I do not think that the people in charge at ESPN are sitting there saying, wow, what somebody who works here had a less than stellar review of the show. Let's get our money back. Like, I just did not think that there was some big difference in him saying that about their wrestling show than anybody saying it about anything. ESPN does power rankings and they get on TV and talk about the people who did bad on the TV programming they have. Because I think about it like TV program. I don't think about it like sport, because even though it is sport, like, they're putting on the teams that people want to see. Like that's the games that they're scheduling when they can. Sometimes they get the Jets. What can you do, right? But to circle back to him, when it became news that ESPN ranks WrestlePalooza a C, I think what I misunderstood was, and this is not the news sites, what I misunderstood was people were using it to dunk on Triple H. That's the thing that I missed, okay? Because I don't find humor in dunking on like Triple H and Tony Khan and Carlos Silva. I don't know. It doesn't do anything for me, I think, at this point. I want the show to be good. Like, dissing or bigging up person with more money than I'll ever have in charge, I don't get anything out of it, right? But if it's true that WWE was a little miffed and confused that somebody who works there would give them a less than stellar grade and that it would be published, now I'm kind of like, okay, these dots I connect. It being something that bothers WWE, again, it's not something I would see coming, but if every opinion that isn't stellar is a bad opinion, then okay, now I'm there. Now you got me there. I still don't think it means anything. And you guys know, like, this might be the person I respect most in this thing that we do. I literally say that, Hale's one of my mentors, right? Like, but he said the show was all right. I don't know why that would exist in a space longer than a day, except if it's true that WWE said that. I think they're making it worse.
Well, what we were talking about before you came on is, if WWE thinks that, said that, my kind of argument is they were surprised it was a C because everyone just tells them they do great work. You know, they do the post show and everyone's just telling Triple H what a great show they just put on. And so when they see a C grade, they're thinking like, wait, how come our television partner is giving us a C? And that was to me, that was where they were surprised by. Maybe not so much that they even got a C. It's because, ESPN, a company we're working with, gave us a C. It'd be like if Netflix gave us a C grade. I understand your point about the sports analogy and stuff. I think because wrestling is sports and entertainment, I guess I'm not too deep into the review world when it comes to movies, television, things like that. Like if Netflix airs a show or a movie, does Netflix.com write a review on the movie? Like I think it would be similar to that. Like obviously if Variety does a review, it's like, okay, that's a trade publication, whatever, it's Variety. But does the platform that the show is airing on, do they write a review of it? And if they do they give a honest, fair review, or do they say it's great and like, hey, stream now on Netflix, go watch this show?
And I'm with you 100%. But like, I think Hale did a great job of saying like, if a UFC card stinks, I say it stinks.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's WWE created something not brand new, but new in that we are going to be, part of this, legit sports platform. And that does open us, not even opens us up. Like he reviewed whatever their last show was, and the show before that, and the show before that, and the show before that. It's so many things kind of converging at once, which again is why I think I was less affected than a lot of people, because I know that ESPN does this. Like I've been a part of their like Wrestlers of the Year stuff. So like I was, I've seen how the sausage is made, I guess. And one thing that came out of the ESPN press conference, or not the press conference, but their conference call, was that WWE being here is not going to affect the day-to-day of the combat sports portion of ESPN.com and everything ESPN does. So I don't know. I think it gave people, it's weird. Somebody was like, Cam and Kaz always stand up for WWE. I was like, what that I said is standing up for WWE? Like, I have no idea how any of this is in favor of that company, other than me saying, like, this isn't damning. It's kind of what it is. But again, like, if they felt a way about it, it's kind of like, oh, okay. Now, what people have said, which I have pushed back against, I got buddies who have worked in TV who are like, don't be surprised if you don't see another published review with a grade. I was like, no.
So this was a point that I was about to make, is I think the grade is, people get so caught on that. And I think they should continue to do the grade, but this is the difference between sports and entertainment. No one's going to give a football game a C, or like, this is a B game. You might call it a great game, you might call it a bad game, but there's no like grade attached. Same with UFC, because they cover UFC. ESPN covers UFC. UFC airs on ESPN for the next, it's been airing for years, and it will continue to air for the next couple of months. And they review the fights and be like, oh, this might be a bad fight or something. But again, that's real sports, and there's no grade that like this is a C-level fight or something like that. And you're criticizing the fighters, who, not the entertainment aspect. And with WWE, because it is television show on top of sports, there's more criticism of not only the performances, but the scripted nature of it, the booking decisions and everything. And so when you attach a grade, people latch onto that far more. If Andreas just did his review, it's like, yeah, Vecker and EO saved this from being a not so great show, everything else was just kind of mediocre or worse, people would have looked at that. But they get so attached to the grade that that's what they wanted to just, again, latch onto and point out, like, oh, C. So I did wonder of like, oh, do they remove the grades? I don't think they should, mind you, but it feels like that might be almost their happy medium of we can review the show, but if we don't attach a grade to it, then there's less for people to, because you know this, Cam, as a sports fan, and really anybody, like, you can rank stuff. I can say, hey, my top 5 shows are this. But when I start playing, well, this is number 1, this is number 2, then, well, how is that number 1? How is that not number 3? Like, it doesn't really matter what your actual top 5 are until you put those numbers next to them.
Yeah, I had a cousin in town, and they were, I forget what we were talking about, and she was like, "So what would you number this 1 out of 10?" And I said, it was one of Rose's friends. We were somewhere, and I said I would not number it 1 out of 10. I said because doing what I do for the people I do it for, I would never attach a number to anything. It was good, and I tell you what, on the flip side, if he had written exactly what he'd written, it wouldn't have got, without a grade attached, it wouldn't have even gotten picked up, because it does give people that fixed point to be able to talk about it one way or another. It absolutely does. Yeah, we shouldn't put numbers or letters on anything. We should make people read and make decisions for themselves. But yeah, I just love that him having done this for so long. And you know, he comes from hip hop journalism.
Yeah.
So he's like, you motherfuckers are gonna hurt my feelings. Like, do you know the people I've had to sit across from after I've called their album okay? Like, no, you absolutely not. But yeah, it's I don't know what's the crazier part. The idea that, and this is again just to me, and we've had this whole conversation. I know exactly where you're coming from. I don't know what's crazier to me. The idea that him giving the grade a C is damning to WWE, or him giving the show a C made him a villain in WWE fans' eyes. You just the C. Listen, the C might be the most beneficial letter to ever exist to a lazy but brilliant college graduate like myself. C's are very important in my life, right? But like, just the fact that people absolutely like wanted him gone and expect him to be gone, like not working there anymore, because he said the show was it's a lot of sub C students with a lot of opinions.
Then that's exactly it. And first of all, watch the shows on Netflix and you'll care even less about these reviews because there's no attachment to ESPN if you're watching on Netflix. But also, I'm looking at these. Yeah, they're giving these A through F reviews, and it's like, who could possibly care? I left school. I finished school. I completed school. It's been a long time since I've been in school. And a lot of the people who are complaining are ones who are either still in school, don't go to school, or think that school is the be all end all. Therefore, the C grades are almost triggering for them. It's just the most obnoxious conversation. It's a subjective form of entertainment. Who could possibly care? Someone in our chat's like, I disagree with the review. WrestlePalooza was a B. Good, great. I'm glad you enjoyed it to that degree. You should. But if people are going to attack a reviewer for saying the show, this should have been better reviewed because it's your partner. No, you don't agree with your partners on everything. That's not what this is about. It's not blind agreement. That shit's stupid. Just be
also,
okay.
If you gave it a B and he gave it a C, you don't disagree.
That's also true. And also,
it's actually not a disagreement. That's a 78 and 82 are the same thing unless your parents are strict.
We have collaborative environments in our field. In our work, we are collaborative in nature. When we disagree about something, that's good because it means that we can find whatever we need to find to make it better. An idea is not immediately perfect. Why should we be living in this bubble where it's like, oh, our benevolent leaders did this, therefore we agree and it's great, and we're the partner brand, therefore we have to be subservient to them? Why? In what world does that become okay? If Sean comes to me and tells me this is the way things need to be, and whatever he's pitching is so incredibly out there, I disagree, then we'll have a conversation about it. Speak of the devil, then there's the disagreeer. Good morning.
Speaking
There's a lot of things I've disagreed with this week. This was the week I was closest to getting off of wrestling Twitter. And I didn't have anything to do with it.
And the whole point of our conversation is that disagreements are okay, but it's how we approach each other and how we discuss it that really make the difference.
Wrestling Twitter is so weird, but it's social media in general. It's like, obviously, if you're tweeting something, it's pretty easy to decipher if it's an opinion or a fact. I think most people with common sense can do that. But unless you write, in my opinion, before, people act like you're presenting it as fact. Like, I don't know, man. Like, listen, I'm not a deathmatch guy. I don't like it. I wouldn't call it garbage and not art, all that stuff, because it's not my art. It's not mine. But I also wouldn't go say Gail Kim had no memorable matches. That's ridiculous. And then I probably wouldn't say, of all people to accuse of getting a TKO gift basket, I would probably not pick the person who literally walked out in the middle of a WWE Raw match and has been outspoken for a very long time. I also probably wouldn't speak on a talent's gear that I don't know about, especially a woman's gear. I mean, like, what good has ever emerged from that? I don't know. And then, like, I spoke to Gail directly about her saying, "What isn't Meltzer allegedly on the payroll?" And I'm like, what does this produce? What does this produce? Because I've never heard of AEW paying for a plane ticket or a hotel for media, but I've certainly got to media events with WWE and had media tell me, "Oh, well, I wasn't going to come until they flew me in." And that's not a conversation a lot of people want to have. And I don't think a lot of people want to have conversations in general. They want to dunk on people on Twitter, which, listen, I dunk on people all day long on Twitter, but it's only when they're jerks to me. I'm not going to sit there and say somebody has ruined their career over this opinion. Insane that you can't tweet something about somebody without somebody else coming along and saying, "But didn't they have this opinion?" Who gives a shit? Who cares?
It's been a week. It's been a week. It's been a month. That's been a year. That's been a lifetime. I think we should officially start the rumor that Chris LeGentle purchased my dog for me. Just to say nice things going forward forever. Thank you for saying my dog is super cute. There was a question that says, do I think that
Chris LeGentle said your dog was super cute?
No, he bought the dog.
Yeah, he bought the dog.
Dropped it off at my house.
Yeah.
But somebody asked really quick if I think the grades are going to get nicer, and that was kind of a level ground to go. No, like, he's not. And again, not everybody knows. Like, Andreas Hale is not guy that ESPN taps to watch wrestling once a month. He is the head of combat sports. Like, he's the guy, you know. But again, when I say he's the guy, he's still not sitting at the table with Mickey, Goofy, and Daffodil talking about, "Hey, guys, can we come together and agree on this before I publish this?" Like, he's the guy for wrestling. Like, I was just watching First Take. You know, El Duncan was out there interviewing wrestlers at WrestlePalooza. Like, you know, this is the guy that covers wrestling there, had this opinion about the wrestling show. Like everything else, like when I do something for The Ringer, I do something for Yahoo, that is not Shoemaker and Kaz saying it. That's not Ariel saying it. Hey, we got you over here. You do the work. We'll stand on what you say if what you say is worth standing on. But, you know, that's your thing. Like, this is, people don't know how the thing works so often that they've decided, you know, I think I saw yesterday, somebody sent me a screenshot. You know, everybody knows that I took WWE money. That didn't happen. Like, there's no, if it happened, somebody would have a receipt or an email or something. Like, I don't know. And send it to me, because I'm going to send that to the tax man, because I never got that money. But yeah,
the funny thing was with LeGentle, like when his name even became a name that the public knew, he was already largely out of the public relations element of it and in the talent relations element. So for the last year and a half, you've had people who have never dealt with Chris LaGentle. And quite honestly, most media don't deal with Chris LaGentle. Like there was a very like few people that actually did, that misrepresented what he did. And with Andreas, I'm like, that's what you all get upset about? The most tepid like opinion of that it wasn't it was a C.
It was all right.
Like
Yeah, it was all right.
the most like it was okay.
It's okay.
Type of review possible. I don't understand. Everybody loves to pretend to be mad about something.
Because the
They
algorithm
love to
gives
pretend
you,
to be mad about something.
because
And-
the algorithm is favorable to you, the angrier
Sure.
you act. And it's upsetting
and
and obnoxious.
I said to somebody the other day, because I got tipped off as to some of their very virtuous tweets. And I'm like, there's a reason your account is anonymous. And I know what that reason is. And there is, I'm not saying that everybody should have their stuff out there, but it's like, listen, if you're casting stones on me and you are an anonymous account, I don't care. It's not gonna, that doesn't matter. I'll dunk on you and move on. But like, people are, there's no conversation. And then I'll have people that say, oh, well, you just blocked me and you won't debate me. I also don't owe you that. Like, I don't owe you that. I don't want to spend my time debating about wrestling. I want to spend my time learning about wrestling and getting wrestling news. It's just, there is no like middle ground. It is so like, I don't know.
You
No,
can't
there's
have,
nothing to know.
yeah,
Yeah,
you can't
yeah,
have
yeah.
conversations.
You're trying to produce information on a subject that really doesn't have any.
Yeah.
You know, and we I think we both saw a thing, Sean, where somebody was like, somebody reposted an apology, and a person screenshotted it and said, this person is clearly in defense of the situation. And it's like, whoa, like you people will make villains and heroes out of
Yes.
themselves.
They love peripheral villains.
Yeah.
They love to create a villain out of something that somebody else did. Listen, I'll name him. It was Alfred Conover that reposted it. And somebody was like, oh, well, he supports domestic abuse. And I was like, no, hold on. That man is an absolute bitch. I have no respect for him. He is a joke. He is a coward. He is a liar. He is a grifter. But there has been nothing that I have ever seen of this person, and I don't know that much about him, to indicate that he supports domestic abuse. And I mean, listen, Jimmy could have worded it better, but that was in line with like the Brock thing where he was like, hey guys, he's named in the lawsuit. He didn't commit a crime. And I had to correct Jimmy and say, well, in the lawsuit, he was alleged that he would have participated in said sex trafficking if this didn't happen. I spoke with Jimmy about that. He learned. Listen, I know this gentleman, Alfred, is never going to learn because he understands it. He knows his grift. I don't like him because he's made jokes calling me a slave driver. I don't even know if he considers them a joke. Said I'm a drug addict. He lied about my Black Label Pro appearance to the point to where the company on the official account debunked him. He tried to get a charity to not work with me. Those are things that I know that he's done straight up. But that doesn't mean that I would apply every single negative to that man and look for, oh, well, clearly it's this. Clearly it's that. There is no nuance to that. It's not honest. And it minimizes the very real things that happen. And it minimizes the impact of negative things or people's trauma or the issues that they have. It's very frustrating to watch people react and see, like, if the worst accounts on Twitter watch this, they'll be like, well, what about when you were mad over this? And then they'll send me some stuff where somebody said the N-word. And I'm like, well, that's a little bit fucking different, right? Like,
I think
Like Michael Elgin will tweet this clip and be like, "What about me? What about all
Don't you
you
start.
me?"
Joel
already
got yelled at by Michael Elgin the other day.
already got there.
He said
Yeah.
that I don't like him because he didn't feed me scoops. The only thing I've ever asked him is, "Hey, did Sammy Callahan actually beat your ass?" I told him to piss off. Like you'll always have those people, but what frustrates me is when I see people that I like and respect. I like and respect Gail Kim and Brett Lauderdale and Kenny Omega, but I'm like, man, it's so far like from. If I reported the things that they said as news from me, my career would have been over in a week. That's what I'll say.
Everybody has to be part of the conversation, and it's
that not even everybody has to be part of the conversation. Everybody just wants to be the conversation.
Yeah.
Because
how can I not that I'm saying something constructive? What can I say about what they said? What quote tweet can I come up with to where I can make this my thing?
Yeah.
It's been a very messy week. It's been a very messy. Look, he's falling asleep, sitting up. It's been such a lazy week.
It is funny because I've long seen, like, even when I'll like dunk on people on Twitter and then block them, people will say, "No real sports journalist will do that." And I was like, do y'all really want to have a talk about sports journalism in 2025 and what it would and wouldn't be? Because let me tell you, if I had reported that Shohei Ohtani was on a plane to so-and-so and it wasn't true, people would never let me forget that. But like, it's common in sports. Like it's a much smaller wrestling media landscape than sports media landscape. And I'm like, the things that I see pick up, I'm like, y'all don't really care. Y'all don't really care about that stuff. You don't care about it being like sports. You don't. Or else you would approach this in a much different manner. And even then, like, sports media is largely people arguing these days. That's what it's designed to be. And it's, I don't know. It's disheartening.
I want to put over our pal Drew Nicholas, who's done some work with our website and has also been a pal of ours for a while. He recently took a step back. He decided he didn't want to do the review thing anymore. He wanted to do it. He just wanted to be a fan. And last night he tweeted something that I thought was like perfect and exactly encapsulates our conversation. And it just ends with simply, sometimes shutting up is better. Necessary even.
Yeah.
And you can read the whole tweet. He's at the Drew Nicholas. I'll put him over again. It's his top tweet right now. It's exactly what it should be. Not everyone needs to be in on the conversation. You can go and just enjoy what you want to enjoy and watch the shows you want to watch. And like Cam said, everyone wants to be part of the conversation, but you just don't have to be. Don't force yourself to be miserable just to be part of something that you don't need to be. It's not gatekeeping either. It's just for your own mental health, for your own sanity, for your own reason to be a fan. Don't force yourself to do something that's going to make you miserable.
Yeah. This week was a great week of me shutting up, and I was very, very happy to have shut up because, as things unfolded, I was like, "Oh, they're not done."
They still kept going, and I do not have.
But like, I also prefer to have these conversations privately and personally. Like, and I'll tell you one I get a lot. People will always bring, I don't want to say people, there are like two people that bring up, well, why didn't you take Ibu to task like you did Air Gold? And I was like, okay, you mean Ibu, who admitted that he had some things that he did wrong. By the time I reached out to the talent, he had already reached out to them. He reached out to me. He addressed it on the air, on Wrestle Purists and Fightful, and was a man about it, even if you don't agree with him, compared to a gentleman who I reached out to 3 or 4 different times, and they not only ignored it, but bragged to people that they were being messy. All right, how do you handle it one-on-one as a human being, as opposed to for Twitter likes and retweets and all that stuff? Listen, I'll get to your Twitter likes if you want them.
Yeah,
but
dealing with adults is different. To the point where they think it's weird.
What happened to direct conversation?
Yeah. I didn't.
Why talk to people when you can talk around people?
When the thing we were referencing a second ago, when that happened, to me, there was no reason to tweet or comment or say anything funny. I reached out to my man to make sure he was okay.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's, to me, that's how that should go. And you know what? And if you can feel how you feel, but at what point does it become caring, and does it become waving a flag because you felt like you have to have a stance? Real people, real emotions, real feelings, and I just think that you know, there's ways to deal with this that aren't over the top. So yeah, you know, but whatever. He's chewing on the door.
I just heard it killing itself.
My
It's
cat
out.
gnaws on the corner of walls.
Oh,
Yeah, I had a cat
Listen,
once.
fellas, I got a Rushmore here. Look at
there
that.
you go.
Roast beef, cheese, bacon, barbecue sauce. It's got some nice cheese sauce to it as well. All right, buddy.
Hey,
My cat is outside
Oh,
the room.
no.
Thank God.
These animals are going to start fighting.
here we go.
Oh no. No,
Look,
I'd
Boots.
get my cat, but she's elsewhere right now. So
Enough sadness and doom and gloom. Hey, I wrote a thing, guys.
it's coming out at 5:00 today.
No, it came out yesterday.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Came out yesterday afternoon. I talked to the good homie Lola Vice. It was, you know, she has a NXT Women's Championship match coming up this weekend at No Mercy, and it was fun. You know, I met her a couple of years ago at Wale Mania, and first time I met her, you know, we're on stage, we're joking, everybody's having drinks and all that, and I told her, I said, hey, so the biggest mistake you can make is to go into this with the idea of I can beat everybody up, and so I should carry it like that. I said, man, you can't do that, right? And she was like, yeah, you right, that makes sense. And so I talked to her a couple of days ago, and I reminded her, she was like, yes, I remember that. Thank you, it's appreciated. And I think there might have been a little bit of that early on, but quickly, you know, she got, I think, how things were supposed to work. What was really cool about writing it, though, my man Chuck Mendenhall from Uncrowned actually wrote a piece on her in 2019 about her being, you know, this 18-year-old MMA prospect about to make her Bellator debut. So it was really cool, like following that story, following some of the stuff that WWE produced, having had conversations with her, and then watching what she's done in the last 6 months to a year, like really figuring this thing out. And so it was great, you know, like she's a real 4th degree black belt, like for real, for real.
She was very highly touted in MMA. I covered her Bellator fights. Like she was 4-1 in MMA.
Yeah. And she was like, her thing was, it's really interesting. The first paragraph, because it hit me, I was like, this reminds me a lot of Hogan Knows Best. Because one of the key things on Hogan Knows Best was, you know, Hogan was always asking his kids, what y'all gonna do to be famous? How we gonna get y'all famous? What you gonna do to be famous? And it was never like they're going to wrestle like their dad and then flip that into a thing. It was like, nah, but our dad's Hulk Hogan though. We're gonna, like, we got it. We're just gonna put you in the studio or put you behind the wheel of a car or whatever. With her, it was like, nah, like I've been training my whole life, but I always wanted to be an entertainer. So for her, like beating people up was like the easy way to get on. Like that's a pretty cool skill to have. I'm gonna go to Bellator and beat everybody up. And when WWE comes calling, I'm going. I've never heard of anything quite like it. And yeah, it was cool to listen to somebody who knew that there was more than one way to do it, because the AAA stuff with her, that's been really important to her development. In her eyes, as far as really getting like the entertainment side over. She said Kalani, which is like her best friend backstage, her and Soul call her Lucha Lola, because she doesn't do any high flying moves. But on the flip side, they are teaching her like how to do the acrobatic stuff. Like, so it was really cool, man. She seems to really want it and understand how to get there. And you're always worried about MMA talents figuring that out, because like I was thinking like Daniel Puder. Daniel Puder had a great look, could fight, but he knew that. Forgot that that wasn't the only way he's supposed to do it, and flamed out. We've seen a bunch of people kind of flame out. I would say Ronda Rousey kind of flamed out, if for no other reason than having that much success at one thing probably makes it impossible to have that much success at the other thing. Your mind is just trained in one way, and it's got to be hard to flip that switch. Whereas with somebody like Lola Vice, like she even said, I thought WWE was going to come get me when I was 30. As opposed, like Ronda, she specifically said, like Ronda, as opposed to them reaching out to me at 27 before I had like this big record. And really, even though she's been training her whole life in MMA, I think that probably helped make the transition a bit easier. Because I can't imagine them telling Ronda, hey man, you done it all, you beat everybody, we gotta get you down to NXT for a while. I think that would have been a very tough pill to swallow, So yeah.
But did Lola tell you that she is in fact a Latina?
You know what's interesting? You can tell with the way that they produce the vignettes, they really want to emphasize that. I think, me being somebody from, a large Hispanic population, she can say it without saying it.
She yells it and then does her moves.
Yes, again, I think they push for that. She's actually she's more, laid back. Everybody's more laid back than they are on TV, right? She's a bit lighter with it, but the way she it comes out in the things she says, but she's not dropping landmarks and lines, But yeah, I know you're joking, Joel. I know. But yeah, I think they, even though it's wrestling, even though it has to be a bit over the top, I think that when they did like the vignettes and stuff, I think they framed it pretty well. Where she comes from, who she does it for. But I tell you what she did say. She absolutely did say that everybody has a sad story. And to me, it's like, oh, that's really what they told you. Like, it's about making it out of here. What are you going to do to do that? So yeah.
Go check it out on Uncrowned. It's already dropped. It's out there.
Oh, apparently there's somebody else who has a title shot this weekend.
I had no idea.
Yeah.
Are the tag titles on the line? Is that a thing?
They're not. It was
the speed title. You're talking about the speed title. Sol Ruka's putting up.
Shout out to Big Soul, man. Shout out to Big Soul. I love that those, and of course, everybody's friends with somebody, but I love that those three, her, Lola, and Kalani, are kind of a unit down there. Because I think they all really got a shot to do some special things in wrestling. But no, man, it wasn't this last Sunday, it was Sunday before. Me and Rick got together, and he hadn't been home in like 3 weeks. So they've been doing the house show stuff. He's been all around the country, always around the world. Spent some time in New Orleans last week because they were doing those vignettes. And, I was telling Soul how, and great job, Joel, good alley-oop. When I was including the stuff about Miami, about Little Havana, about coming up like that, I did tell her, I was like, you got a title shot and Rick's got a title shot. And in knowing him, I know what New Orleans means to him. Like, I know how much he values that city, that connection. I think it's probably for him, it's doubly important as a wrestler. And the way that we framed his features was way more adult Ricky Starks, Ricky Saints, right? Like, we didn't really do came from New Orleans, relocated to Austin. Like, it wasn't that, but that is him. Like that, like Katrina changed a lot of people's lives. It changed his. And so he's always kind of fought from under and worked. And that's why he works as hard as he does. That's why he's so serious about everything that he does. That's why, his promos, like, there's always so much passion in regards to what he's talking about, because It's this or nothing else. Could he go work at a bank? He could absolutely go work at a bank. You know, when he was out for a while, not knowing what he wanted to do, you know, he was thinking about different things that he might try. He was thinking about going back to school for things like stuff like that. But like this was always, those were fleeting moments. Those are fleeting ideas. This was always the thing that he wanted. And so I love the position he's in. I'm excited to watch this after football goes off Saturday night. But yeah, he's and then I think they've done a good job juxtaposing who he is, who Obafemi is. Like, there's absolutely something to be said about working your way for, you know, 15 years to get to this spot. There's also something to be said about being a world-class athlete who is recruited to do this. Because they're both very good at what they do. And you got you know, Trix, not in the middle, but kind of in the middle, in that he was training to wrestle outside of WWE wanting him and then got there. So they got a lot of guys at the top who are, I think, in really good spots. But yeah, I'm excited to see, you know, what Lola does and what Rick does, you know, being in that main event, having that shot. So yeah.
It'll be a busy Saturday for you watching all the wrestling.
They're lucky. They're lucky it's a bye week. Okay, because if Texas was playing, everybody be stuck. But yeah, they are lucky it's a bye week. Yeah.
Well, go enjoy your weekend.
I will do that. Thank y'all so much. As always, appreciate the conversation. You guys have a great rest of your show.
You too, buddy.
Thanks, Cam. Enjoy your weekend.
Did you see? I feel like I just kicked him off. I'm sorry. That wasn't what I was trying to do. The conversation was just we were at the end. He put it over. We put over the shows. We were good. Did you see this Richard Holiday tweet?
No.
It's my favorite thing. It says, excited to announce I am officially in NWA. In his reply, Northwest Arkansas.
Fair.
Big celebration for Richard Holiday and his flight landing in Northwest Arkansas. These are things that happen while we're on the air. Oh man. Anyway, we didn't actually talk about the graphic on the screen. It's been 2 hours.
We haven't talked about any wrestling today.
It's true. It's been a very good show.
Yeah.
Real quick, Tokyo Sports spoke to AJ Styles. AJ Styles once again teasing retirement. He's talked about it before. He's talked about which contract will be his last. This is the newest time where he's discussed this being the closest to the final year of AJ Styles. Talks about the potential of working WrestleMania, which would mean that he would be without a contract after Rumble, I think was the story. February is reportedly when his contract is up for WWE, and if he sticks around through Mania, who knows? He said he's open to the potential of coaching down the line, especially in WWE, to find that next level talent and coach them up. But the idea that AJ Styles is closer to retirement than he ever has been, this was it was a story that almost flew under the radar, but still got some attention. I don't think it got like the full attention that it could have deserved. It was a pretty busy day on the internet, Jeremy. People were talking about everything but this.
I guess. I don't know. I saw this a lot on my timeline. I guess I saw the other stuff a lot too, but AJ's been talking about this for a while. I mean, he teased at SummerSlam. He's like, this might be my last SummerSlam. So he's kind of always mentioned 2026 as the end point over, maybe not over the years, but certainly over this year, because he's also mentioned, he maybe getting to 50, and he's 48 now. He would turn 49 in June of next year. So he's always had about this time as the end point. And he's also always talked about wanting to be like a coach. It's when he was still doing his Twitch channel. I remember him talking about how he wanted to, like, his next life would be like scouting for WWE and coaching for WWE. So that's always been kind of an out plan for him as well. If AJ's done next year, then I hope he's good with that decision. He is almost 50. He still goes at a strong level at his age. He's obviously slowed down from his peak, but that's what happens when you get older. But he's still, one of the top guys in the company, somebody who's ready to lose. He's about to face John Cena in a couple of weeks. And I hope I don't have any faith that they're going to do the right thing by him and give him, something good on the way out. But I hope that, he's respected and given, some good material, and he gets to work with the guys that he wants to work with and is given a proper send off. I know people look at him as a TNA guy, and that's true. Like, he mainly is a TNA guy, but he's been at WWE now just as long. Like, he's
Longer at this point.
yeah, he joined WWE in 2016. So he's been there for a very long time, and he's accomplished just about everything in WWE. I know he didn't win like a Rumble and headlined Mania or anything, but he has, won world championships and won multiple titles. He's been on multiple WrestleManias, and so he deserves a strong send off for all of that.
First of all, he did headline a WrestleMania. How dare you?
Oh, the Boneyard. Sorry, that's right.
If you want to,
that's technically true. No,
it was
technically
the
he
end
did.
Of, the end
Yeah.
of night one. It does count. I know
Yeah.
people get sticklered about that, CM Punk, but the point is he did have the last match on a night of WrestleMania, the first ever 2-night WrestleMania. He was the last match of that night. So yes, he's had a lot of moments. He's had a lot of big time matches, and he's had a lot of experience in the WWE bubble. So for him to say, he says, I'll probably work for WWE, something along that line, then good, sure. If that's what you want to do, then I understand it. You've been there for long enough. You understand the ins and outs of the WWE system to a certain degree. Why not learn the coaching side of things? And if it works, perfect. I don't know about him as a coach. I've just never heard stories of him coaching people up, but just because I haven't heard doesn't mean he hasn't given good advice or trained people along the way. I'm curious as to what his last match would be, who he would want it to be against if he had the opportunity to choose, and how much WWE would put into it. Would it be a main event match on a PLE? Would it be a Saturday night's main event big match? I don't think. Well, like I again, just going by experience, Goldberg got a Saturday night's main event. Main event. I don't know what they see for AJ Styles versus what AJ Styles would like to be. There is opportunity for him to say his goodbye, and if that's how he wants to do it, maybe it's shortly after WrestleMania. Maybe they go abroad again and he gets another match in France. Who knows? Because he's so well received there. It'd be. I'm being like half flippant, but honestly, you want to go somewhere where AJ is like beloved. You can go to Georgia where he's billed from, where he lives, and you could probably do something special there. But I don't know. It would be up to the conversations that AJ and WWE have, and I'm sure Baron Corbin would be more than willing to come in and do the favors.
I'm trying to think of AJ's potential last match and who that might be.
Let's have the match that they never got with Shinsuke and Styles. Have the match they never got to have. The one that doesn't end in a dick kick.
I don't think they have that match in them at this point.
It's different. You're right. It is very different.
Yeah, I just don't think they have that match in them. I mean, Shinsuke is Shinsuke at this point, and AJ has slowed down as well. So I just don't think that match is there. You know who it like legitimately should be? It should be Roman Reigns.
Yeah, he made Roman made, but he certainly elevated Roman coming after it was Extreme Rules in like 2016, right after AJ had come into the company. You're right. He won the 5-way, had the match against Roman, and it made Roman a better wrestler, and it gave AJ the confidence from Vince McMahon at the time to be that guy, the pit bull. You're right.
Yeah, I don't know if what their relationship is. I don't know if that's a thing, but that's what it should be. It should be Roman. Yeah, we'll see if it is. It's way too
work, that coward.
Yeah, it's way too far out into the future at this point, because who knows how many plans are going to change with this Punk. Yeah, again, I don't know what their relationship is like. Sami Zayn is a good shout. I don't know who AJ is like full on friends with when it comes to this stuff. Who like he might just want to face like Xavier.
Yeah.
Xavier Woods.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
they're good friends.
They're pals.
So like it might be just let me go out there and face Xavier Woods. So
Yeah, I would. There are options for sure. I like the idea of him facing someone that maybe is coming up. If he wants to put over new talent, if that is something that he's serious about, training new talent down the line, then going against someone like Carmelo Hayes, for example. They've had a match, but let's just say now this is the beginning of the ascent of Melo. If you want to crown the new bulldog, the new pit dog, whatever you want to call him, the new person who's going to be that AJ Styles viewed character, then you target that person, you build them up, and that's the match. It could be as easy as that.
there's ways to do it. It's AJ Styles. It's not too difficult to do. You know what they'll do is they'll pretend like they're not gonna have a last match, and then AJ will tweet like, "Who do you want my last match to be against?" And then they'll do a poll, and then Triple H will be like, "You wanted it, you got it. We weren't actually gonna do a AJ Styles retirement match, but because the fans demanded it, AJ will get his retirement match," and that's how they're gonna set up his last match.
Do you think that he'll set it up maybe as early as WrestleMania this year and just let that be it? 2 nights of WrestleMania. He doesn't need to sell out an arena. That's the thing. Like, to full disclosure, AJ Styles was never like the super duper tippy top guy. When he had the WWE title, like, he was still with an ensemble cast on SmackDown. So no one was ever like, I need to see AJ Styles because he's the man on WWE. He was always a guy that like had a great following, but wasn't number one. So his retirement match could be a big match for a WrestleMania.
I'd give them. They love just making special Saturday night main event. I would give them some type of special like that. I'd let them headline as well in the last match. Maybe it'll be Jericho. Maybe Y2 AJ will.
I'm down with it. Let's do it. The AJs, Battle of the AJs, Styles, Lee, and Francis. One more time. Yeah, there are a lot of options, and I'm looking forward to when he's ready to make that decision and when it comes through. And hopefully it's one that actually works for everyone, brother.
Yeah.
Just like Eddie Kingston. Eddie Kingston's coming back to Beyond Wrestling in November.
He is.
Good for him.
Yeah.
He's also he's on Collision this week. Just run down Collision real quick and we can get out of here. Do SmackDown Collision and that'll be it.
Wow, nothing for NXT, nothing for Victory Road. Wow.
Sure, whatever. Anyway, I was just trying to get into the previews. Saturday Night Collision from Huntington, West Virginia, at the Marshall Health Network Arena. That's a mouthful. Anyway, Hook and Eddie Kingston team up to take on Big Bill, Brian Keith. Clearly, this is when Big Bill joins Hook and Eddie Kingston. That's happening, baby. We're doing it. The Hook family is growing. It's gonna happen. TNT Open.
Who's joining?
Big Bill, baby. He's going to join his enemies.
Oh.
That's it.
Okay.
It's going to happen. Kyle Fletcher puts his TNT title on the line against the returning Commander. That's a match that's going to happen. That should be fun.
Yeah.
And also, the Acclaimed, they're not being billed as such yet. It is Max Caster and Anthony Bowens just teamed together against Swirl. I swear to God, if Swirl doesn't win this match, I'm going to find Jack Harlow. I'm going to go to his house. I'm going to knock on his door and say, you see what you've done? You see what you've done? You saying no has absolutely ruined this team. And Jack Harlow will say, I've already called security. Can I get you off the premises, please?
Why is Jack
Is he
Harlow
not English?
British?
Is he not British?
No.
Oh, it just sounds like he would be British.
What?
Oh, that's my mistake. Jack Harlow, I wasn't familiar with your ethnicity. SmackDown tonight. SmackDown tonight. Sami Zayn issues another open challenge. This is the first week where Sami Zayn's United States Open Challenge does not have someone who has answered the Sami Zayn Open Challenge, which means this is actually an open challenge until they open up SmackDown and it's Sami Zayn shaking hands with whoever's accepting the open challenge. Who will it be this week?
Andrade.
The returning Andrade.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. It's probably going to be The Miz.
Isn't it Carmelo? Or he faced
Melo
Carmelo?
did it last week.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So I think it's probably the Miz this week.
Miz, okay, yeah.
Cody Rhodes looks to his crown jewel championship showdown against Seth Rollins. So I guess we'll have a promo from Cody Rhodes.
That's unfortunate.
Michin and B-Fab versus Julia and Kiana James. That is a match that's happening. I think that's it. Do we have anything else in our preview? Oh, the women's three-way. My bad. For the women's championship, it's Tiffany Stratton, Jade Cargill, Nia Jax.
I kind of think Jade's winning this.
Kind of think so. Not necessarily Jade. I think Nia might be the winner.
Okay.
That's where I'm at.
You think Nia might win?
I think Maya might win. I think Nia might win.
I'm gonna officially predict Jade Cargill.
Okay, we'll find out. Remember, this is going to turn into the match for the title at the Crown Jewel title.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
Her and Cargill might be something, but I think Cargill's going to win.
All right. Victory Road. Is there at least one match that you're looking forward to?
I want to review this show tonight, Joel. You won't do it.
So the answer is no. I'm not staying up for this. If the show was at a reasonable hour, I would consider it. I'm tired on Fridays. I'm not staying up. I will watch the first hour of the show and then watch the other 2.5 afterwards. Also, that's the other thing. For some reason, TNA thinks their shows need to be 3 hours. It's like, we can do a brisk 2:30. I promise it's okay. Like, someone's got to tell Tommy and Delirious, like, just, it's okay. It's a special. Tape some matches beforehand for TV. Just do something. Just don't make anyone sit through 2-3 hours of whatever you're doing. You've already pulled a match. Just come on. Just get out of there real quick. I'm sure Ash by Elegance will come out and issue an open challenge, and Danny Luna will come out and challenge or something. Who knows?
Cowardly.
Yeah, well. I'm looking forward to Macklin and Kazarian. I'm sure that'll be a really good match. And Musa Mustafa Ali is also another one. That should be fun.
Yeah, that's fine. It's a show.
Leon Slater, Myron Reed. Again, the wrestlers will know how to wrestle, and they'll do a good job. And that'll be that.
NXT better show up.
Could be it. Who knows? We're going to find out. JC Jane, Lola Vice for the NXT women's title.
On TNA Victory Road?
No.
Oh.
Those talking NXT because I'm done with Victory Road. I'm not doing all of them.
okay.
Ash by Elegance has an open challenge. Andrade comes out. It's exactly what I want. Oh, that'd be perfect. Yeah, JC versus Lola for the NXT women's title. New champ or JC continues?
I'm kind of torn on this. I think they'll put it on Lola, honestly.
Because she's a Latina? What? They're in Florida. People might be happy about that.
Yeah.
They need to know the big news.
Yeah. No, I think she's gonna win.
I can see, someone in the chat saying Lainey Reed helping JC win. I could see that being the case. And then they start to bring in the new girl because the old girl decided to go away and make money elsewhere, which is completely within her rights. I think that's a conversation for another time. But we've been talking, by the way, for years about how they make $50K to start. Like, we have talked about it on the show that the NXT talent start at 50. Anyway, that's why I was surprised when people were like, "That's all." I was like, "We told you." Sol Ruka and Lainey Reed, by the way, have a match for the women's speed title. I think Lainey Reed's going to beat Sol for the speed title because
Really?
Zarya is going to cost Sol by some not nefarious means. It's going to be an accident and it's going to cost Sol the match. Lainey Reed wins the speed title.
Nah, I don't think that. I think because this is the first time people will be seeing speed on the main roster, the speed title anyway, I think they want to keep rolling with the Sol Ruka. So no, I feel pretty confident in Sol Ruka, honestly.
All right, I think Lainey Reed's going to win. That's where I'm at. Obafemi Ricky Saints for the NXT Championship. I think Obafemi's just going to win. I just do.
Yeah, I think so as well.
Got to come all the way back to Javon Evans again.
Maybe.
Ethan Page, Tavion Heights for the North American title. I feel like Ethan Page needs to keep that title a little bit longer.
Yeah.
Jordan Grace, Blake Monroe, weaponized steel cage match. This should be a really fun match. I'm looking forward to this. I doubt either woman will bleed on purpose. I feel like anything bleeding would be accidental. And I feel like whoever wears white to the fight is going to lose the match.
And Jordan's got to win. They can't ever lose again to Blake. It's got to be Jordan.
But she caused Blake to become this.
Eh,
This character change is because of her. I agree with you. Jordan's kind of stuck in this place where she can't lose, but they're doing something with Blake Monroe where she's actually become this badass. Maybe Blake Monroe, listen, I think Jordan and Blake is going to almost telegraph the finish to the women's championship match. Where if Blake wins, Lola Vice is winning. If Jordan wins, she's going after JC Jane
okay.
at Halloween Havoc. That's kind of what I see. But we'll see when they do the match. Javon Evans, Josh Briggs is a match that they're also doing. Should be. I mean, listen, the first one was fun, so why not do it again?
Yeah, Javon's got to win this one.
Yeah. So that's No Mercy. Nothing else has been announced that I'm aware of. So that's Saturday night in Florida. Go to Fort Lauderdale or something, I guess. Yeah.
Or don't.
Or don't. Is there anything else going on that we need to talk about?
No, it's just more wrestling, you know. Drew McIntyre got cast in Highlander.
Felt like that should have happened a long time ago.
Yeah, well, I'm glad it happened for him. I know he's been talking about that a lot.
Good for him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, It is Friday, so
I gotta go get it.
oh,
Hold
do
on.
you? I
Yeah.
mean, Lab Glass has already put it out there.
Yeah, I don't have it next to me. Hold on, I'll be right
That's
back.
fine. You do that. I will vamp for a couple of minutes. What do you guys want to talk about? You want to talk about TNA talk? Yeah? Is that what you want? No, nobody wants that. What would you like to talk about? Io is going to take on Miyu Iwatani at Margold. Are you excited for that? At Grand Destiny? It's going to be fun. I think it's going to be a great match. Io's going to try and have one last banger before the end of the year. As far as I understand, No Mercy's on Peacock, but if you have a VPN, just watch it on Netflix like all of us. Do that.
Okay.
The speed match on NXT is 5 minutes when it's a title match, 3 minutes when it's not a title match.
Yeah.
So there you go. We're not going to talk about Wild Women of Wrestling. Just go watch TNA tonight.
Or
Or
don't.
don't. I don't care. Just watch whatever you want.
Yeah.
Anyway, you got it?
All right. It's Friday, everybody. We made it to a Friday, and you know what that means.
Mana, the final boss. And here we go. 'Cause this is how good. The final. God damn, that's good shit.
And here we go. God damn, that's good shit. I took the cap off before, the cork off before this time, so I wasn't struggling with it like I was last week.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Oh, by the excuse me. Did we talk about the Jonathan Gresham story? That apparently, according to Observer, he's reportedly possibly going to be cleared as early as next week after suffering 2 strokes a few months ago.
He wanted to come back like 2 weeks later.
I know.
I think.
I know. He's coming back faster than Goldberg did his tell-all about his retirement match. Kudos to Jonathan Gresham. Where you at, Goldberg? Why don't you go talk shit about your retirement, huh? You waiting for something? You waiting to go somewhere? Are you waiting for a year in another country, in another wrestling show? Is that what you're waiting for? Come on, Goldberg. Talk about your match. Give us something to talk about.
No.
Because it's more work for you?
Yeah, I don't want to work.
Well, we'll see. Anything to plug before we get on out of here?
No, never.
Perfect. My interview with Stu Grayson from C4 Wrestling is up. They posted the entire thing on the Twitter as well. If you don't want to go on the YouTube, which why would you just support it? Stu's fantastic. Great interview. We had another one when we were at Mystery. That'll be going up soon. My conversation with Bear Bronson and Gavi Forza. They rarely do together interviews, a tag team interview. So the 3 of us were at C4. We chatted. That drops on Sunday. And there's going to be plenty more because I love talking to wrestlers. Just love it. I should probably put it over more. was thinking about whether or not I really want to go to Vegas, but that's a whole other can of worms.
No.
I wouldn't stay. I wouldn't stay for the 2 shows, those 2 nights. Tell you that much.
Yeah.
Probably be out of there as soon as I could. But anyway, we'll see. That's an April problem, and it's only end of September. So for Jeremy Lambert, you know who he is. You know who I am. Go watch whatever you want this weekend. Enjoy it. Stay off social media if you don't need to be there. Protect your mental health. Ladies and gentlemen, friends beyond the
Protect your
binary.
neck.
Protect your neck. Don't get all hood. Ladies and gentlemen, friends beyond the binary. We'll see you in the next one.